and make your contribution. When it comes to keeping our people safe, every bit counts. After all, the security of our communities is our responsibility. Let's make this happen together.
Yeah, Mr. Bella once again. Wisdom, feel it, come on, yeah.
Say Biafra will not last forever. They say happy up in no go stand. You give me a gun, I will shoot them aside. You give me a gun, I will shoot them aside. You give me a gun, I will shoot them aside. No. Biafra will live forever. 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 Ogerugo manige tetanura. The lovers of Biafra. This is the time we need to come together and fight for what is belong to us. Ogerugo maniga bandits to what make us a giant of Africa. Ada coaching to now sugar. Mbogeru nisina nyama kweno. Hello Lisa Binigwe out of his wisdom, giving us somebody like NNAMDI for this our race to mission. Biafra will not last forever. They say happy up in no go stand. What do they know? What do they see? If you give me a gun, I go shoot them aside. If you give me a gun, I go shoot them aside. If you give me a gun, I go shoot them aside. If you give me a gun, I go shoot them aside. If you give me a gun, I go shoot them aside. Oh no. See you for our hero, how he fought, he never stop. MAZI NNAMDI KANU, but no phone will stop, he cannot stop. Biafra will live forever. Believe me now.
But independence for Nigeria as a corporate entity is not enough. The peoples of Nigeria must at the same time be guaranteed their freedom. We must ensure that in an independent Nigeria, individual citizens throughout the land enjoy liberty, human dignity, and equality under the law. There must be one Nigeria with one constitution and one law for all. Let us therefore, Mr. Chairman, sir, close our ears to the Council of Despair, which says that we cannot here at this conference agree on a constitution.
Good evening, good evening. Welcome to the program. This is live and direct on Enter Biafra Channel 1, live and direct on YouTube, live and direct on other social media platforms. You are watching the part 4 of IBB exposition and analyzing of the IBB interview. We are going to bring some of the hidden things you don't know about Nigeria. We are going to play today definitely the video coming from the IBB interview. Before I continue, or before I start the part 4 of BBC, of IBB, sorry. I don't know why BBC is, I don't know why BBC is coming to my mouth every day. Those people have really angered me. Anyway, so before we go further into this exposition, there is something I want you to understand. I want to remind you where we started this exposition, on which rock we are building this temple. IBB said he was, or he is, a product of a political processing, which is, in other word called the northernization of Nigeria. The northernization of Nigeria. He is a product of the northernization of Nigeria. And remember how we started from the part 1. We made it very clear the exposition of how the Taliban are coming to take over Nigeria. Now, before we go further, I want to do something. I want you to watch this video.
Government falls. The New York Times.
I want you to watch and listen to this video, because by the time the Taliban of Nigeria, otherwise known as Boko Haram, otherwise known as ISWAP, otherwise known as herdsmen, otherwise known as bandit, otherwise known as Sheikh Gumi and all of them, otherwise known as Pantami, otherwise known as the presidency, the judiciary, the executive arm of the government of Nigeria, the repented Boko Haram. By the time they run over Nigeria, when they have succeeded in disarming, disfiguring, bringing fear, terror into you, and by the time they succeed in taking over Nigeria, this is how the news will be flashing. I want you to watch.
Check out today's headlines. CNN, Afghan government falls. The New York Times, Afghanistan's government collapses. The Washington Post, Afghan government collapses as Taliban takes control of Kabul. Fox News, Afghan President Ghani flees. U.S. Embassy lowers American flag with Taliban takeover nearly complete. The Los Angeles Times, Taliban floods Kabul, president flees, and Afghan government collapses. U.S. rapidly evacuates. The BBC, Taliban enter Kabul as Afghan government collapses. Reuters, Taliban enter Afghan capital, president and diplomats flee. MSNBC, Taliban takes control of presidential palace as Pentagon to send 1,000 troops to Kabul. Those additional 1,000 troops, of course, will only be there to help with the evacuation. Just 3 days ago, I was reading articles from experts who were saying that Kabul would probably fall to the Taliban within a few months, but that it could happen in as little as 1 month. 3 days later, Afghan government falls. What the experts weren't factoring into their timeframes was that the Afghan government had concluded that fighting was pointless. The Afghan government agreed with the board. Resistance is futile. Why fight the Taliban for a month or for 3 months when they're going to conquer you anyway? Why not flee and surrender whatever is left and hope that the Taliban appreciates the gesture?
Did you all hear that? Did you all listen to that? That was exactly what this Afghanistan citizen came to our program to say yesterday. You heard it from the horse's mouth. It has been confirmed. It has been confirmed that the president of Afghanistan voluntarily handed over to the terrorists, and this was planned deal. They acquired $85 billion of American weapon in order to be used to fight in Nigeria. The weapon in Afghanistan today is definitely finding its way in the northeast of Nigeria. Go and mark my word. So the question now is that by the time it happens in Nigeria, this is exactly the way the CNN, BBC, where Fox News, all this world media, this is the way they will be announcing it. You will be reading it in the headline. Islamists take over Nigeria. Nigeria to become Islamic Emirate. And let me tell you, if you do not rise up now, what the activities of the Nigerian government, they are already shaping the mind of international community. So your future is in your hand. Your future is in your hand. It is time we begin to do the extraordinary thing, to make sure that our voices are heard, to make sure that this tempo that the IPOB, under the leadership of MAZI NNAMDI KANU, have generated across the globe. We want to see flame. We want to see flame. Flame in Kenya embassy across the world. We want to see flame of protests across the Kenya embassy across the globe, because Kenya have committed a very serious crime by abducting our leader, and we were almost at the crossroad. They abducted him. They connived with the Nigerian government. So every Biafran all over the world, our demonstration must now begin to happen as flame across Kenya embassy, everywhere in the world. We have to begin to stage a very, very ruthless protest across the globe to all Kenya embassies. All Kenya embassies. All Kenya embassies everywhere across the globe. In addition to media houses, like we've said, the protest now must be channeled ruthlessly to every embassy of Kenya across the globe. We have received a very authentic information. We have received a very accurate intelligence report. We have received some report that the protest conducted at the Kenya embassy across the globe so far has been very, very effective. I am telling you now that the protests across Kenya embassies that you have participated in, I am informing you this evening that it has been very effective. Very, very, very effective. We have received information that the protests across Kenya embassies is yielding results. And it is very effective. So I have come this evening to also inform you that subsequently, as we organize protests, we need to focus and make sure that our protest is like flame, especially to the Kenya embassy across the globe. The protest is not just about protesting once a week or once a month. This protest we must stage until our leader is released. So the Kenya embassy protest is yielding a very serious result. So we must channel more energy, apply more ruthlessness, make sure that whenever we storm the embassy, after we go there and come out, the consulate ambassadors, they will know that Biafrans have visited them. They will know that people have visited them. So let us start now by applying everything, every measure necessary at the Kenyan embassy across the globe. They must participate in solving the problem they created. They must participate. They must be part of the solution of this problem. Having said that, let me play the video, because the video you are watching now, for those of you who are saying, God forbid, my brother, you are not more close to God than Israelite. You are not more close to God than Israel. Israel is where Jesus Christ was born. You are not more closer to them, to God than Israel. Israel don't just say, God forbid. They back it with action. Israel manufacture arms and ammunition to fight their enemy. Israel don't just kneel down and say, God forbid. God forbid is why you are in this condition today. So let us play. This is what is to come. If you continue to say, God forbid, at the end of the day, the world news media will be analyzing the situation in your own life like this. Now watch.
That's what Afghan leaders concluded, so they left. Now, the people they once led are under the control of that tiny minority of extremists who fought the Soviet Union for 9 years and won, back when they were called the Afghan Mujahideen, who were supported by the US, and who fought the United States of America for 2 decades and won. When I say they won, I don't mean that they defeated the 2 most powerful nations in history on the battlefield. They won by wearing down the will of the countries they fought against. They won by being patient and relentless. There's an interesting clip from a recent CNN video. The Taliban are offering reporters protection to come and interview their leaders because they want to spread their message. Listen to this guy.
It's our belief that one day Mujahideen will have victory and Islamic law will come not to just Afghanistan, but all over the world. We are not in a hurry. We believe it will come one day. Jihad will not end until the last day.
Jihad will not end until the last day. Islamic law will take over the world, but we are not in a hurry.
Do you hear that? We are not in a hurry. I want you to, when we are talking about it in Nigeria, you don't understand. You don't understand. The idiotic governors don't understand. We are not in a hurry. Babangida, in the interview, was telling you how he became a product of modernization. He became a product of political process. They are not in a hurry. Today, you see what the Nigerian government are doing. They are de-radicalizing terrorists. They say they are now bringing them and training them and accepting them into Nigerian military. What does that tell you? They are not in a hurry. How can you de-radicalize a terrorist? It means the ulterior motive, even those people who are from the southern Nigeria working in this present government in Nigeria are just ignorant, completely ignorant. Because what is happening is that they are using them. They are using them without them knowing. They are using them to continue to hold Nigeria. And let me tell you, some of them are already shouting. Some of them are beginning to understand that the danger we are into. That is why somebody like Chris Ngige, who is a minister now, will come and tell you, Anambra election, choose between chain and freedom. Choose between chain and freedom. I have told you, you do not expect Chris Ngige to come and tell you that you have to fight for Biafra. It's a coded language. Some of them are trapped and they are speaking to us in a very coded language. That is why you see Umahi coming to say, those of you who say you are not going to come to work, the people who suspended, who ordered the sit at home, who give the sit at home order, have suspended it. So why are you not coming to work? It's a coded language to Biafrans that even the governors are with us. Governor Umahi indirectly telling us yesterday that we are with you. Governor Umahi, the chairman of the Governors Forum in the Southeast, was telling us indirectly, we are with you. Don't mind what we do. Don't mind how we attack you and pretend. We are with you. For Umahi to have made that comment, either deliberately or unknowingly, is a message passed to us. And that is why God brought some people like us to explain when these people speak. Somebody told me yesterday that with this kind of exposition, the politicians in Southeast will stop speaking in the public with what I'm doing, because with what I'm exposing, they may stop speaking in the public. But let me tell you, they will not stop. They will not stop. They will not stop to speak in public because they are also in a very dangerous corner. So they have to be part of this thing, but they cannot come straight to us. They cannot make it straight. They have to be talking to us in a coded language. And let me tell you, God is not a fool. That is why God has given so many people the understanding and wisdom to go into the meaning of word coming from the politicians today. That is why I can be able to identify what Umahi was saying. Some of you watched that video, you watched it and you didn't see nothing in it. But you see, yesterday when I played that video, I was able to identify Umahi was actually sending message to Biafra people. They have come to understand the danger. And let me tell you, you cannot expect them to come and begin to say we declare Biafra. No, it can never happen. All of them are afraid. They are afraid to lose everything they have gathered. They are afraid to lose everything they have looted. And because the future is not certain. Somebody say, you will not believe the coded language. Mr. Simon, I will not believe or take their coded language. They have to speak verbally. They cannot speak verbally. They cannot speak verbally. They cannot speak verbally. We have to go on a break, on short break, and we're going to be back. One moment.
In Africa, listen! Pastors in Africa, listen! We are fooled by people, God said, through your witchcraft, magic, and seducing demon. And I say to you, enough is enough! Judgment is coming to you, pastors in Africa! Judgment is coming to you unless you repent now, God said. We have deceived my people. You proselyte my sons and daughters. You seduce them and bring them to immorality. You teach them to rebel against me. You have seduced them. Enough is enough, God said. Enough is enough. I will turn the country to humility. And every false shepherd will be removed in the church. And every seducing leaders will be removed and cut up in the land. And I will raise up another who will teach my people to love me, to serve me, to worship me, and to obey me.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Now, I want you to watch the video.
What was the Soviet Union doing in Afghanistan? Trying to destroy resistance to the Communist parties and attack you, the US. Is this Operation Enduring Freedom to you, Americans? Because we can hide in caves and attack you forever, and we are not in a hurry. Do you really want American soldiers dying in our country forever? How many trillions of dollars do you want to spend? Who wants to fight a war that never ends? Then all they had to do was wait, because they were not in a hurry. But notice, the Taliban official said that this is their approach to conquering the entire world. Endless jihad until everyone just gets sick of fighting and submits to Islamic law. That's been Islam's approach for 14 centuries. Brutal violence combined with patience and relentlessness can wear down some very strong wills over time. When Islam comes for your nation, you better hope that you have leaders and a population with a collective will that is absolutely indomitable. Because the jihadis are not in a hurry.
They are not in a hurry. The message I want to pass through this video, from this video, is that they are not in a hurry. They are not in a hurry, and they are never in a hurry. Now, let us go to the video of IBB.
Yeah, you don't agree that some people have a right to feel left out?
No, I keep on saying people who feel left out or people who engineer being left out. No, I keep on saying people who feel left out or people who engineer being left out are the elites.
You've given the example before that at the base, people go everywhere and they interact and they go
Right.
without any problems. But once those at the top decide that that is not in their interest, they then corral those below into believing that this other person is opposed. But at the political level, I mean, at which you operated at the very highest level, don't you think it's important that everybody feels that belonging, and that sometimes you need to deliberately go out of the general system in order to make particular people feel that they're part of the system and that that is good for the overall society?
But I believe that they feel. As I gave you the example before, people, a Yoruba man and Igbo man travels from Baga to his hometown or from his hometown to Baga to do nothing but trade, fishing, and so on and so forth. He is not molested, he feels at home, he interacts, maybe in certain cases he even married. There are a lot of them today in the South. If you tell them to go back to the North, they have no place to go. The generation that their fathers, their grandfathers were all born there, they don't have a home there, here. And this is Nigeria for you. But if the elite want to make himself known, he tries to create that difference, that it exists. And it is not in the interest of the country.
You see, this is exactly what we are talking about. He just told you it is not in the interest of the country when elite want to tell you that that kind of division exists. But what Babangida is not telling you is that, is he talking about the quota system? What is the quota system? The quota system is that some of you are professors of law, some of you are engineers, you have the highest grade in your school, you graduated with one of the best grade, but you can't get a job in Nigeria. You can't get a job. You can't get a job in NNPC. Some of you who are from the Biafra riverine area, you qualify, you graduated as a mechanical engineer. You studied mechanical engineering in school in Nigeria, and then you graduated as somebody from the oil sector. And the reason you went to study mechanical engineering is to get job from the oil company. Now, after studying, you graduated. After graduating with your degree, with your grade, you can't get a job in oil company. You can't get a job in oil company. Why somebody who studied art and zoology in the north, in Zamfara, and Ahmed Bello or Ahmed Zaria, whatever university, or Islamic University of whatever, will come to your zone, will come to your own land, your own community, and be working in oil company. That is what he's not telling you. Now, let me give you an example of how the quota system has destroyed Nigeria. And it was on purpose. The idea of the quota system is the northernization of Nigeria. The quota system is a political process to northernize and Islamize Nigeria. Now, IBB did not, he cannot talk about that. He cannot tell you that it is elite. It was not elite. It is a deliberate mechanism put in place for Islamization of Nigeria. Remember the video I played just a few minutes ago? That video, the Taliban said they are not in a hurry. Are you hearing me? Taliban said they are not in a hurry. The same thing the northern Nigeria have done. They were not in a hurry to conquer Nigeria because they know it will be very difficult. So what did they do? They have to use institutionalizing some mechanism to make sure they take over Nigeria. And you cannot tell me today that you are not seeing it. You cannot tell me today that the sector, all sectors of the economy are being headed by Fulani or Northern Muslims. The evidence is there. Now, let me now give you a practical example of what quota system, how the quota system affect in real life. In real life, what is the quota system? Somebody sent me a video, which I'm going to use to give you this kind of, the scenario. You see, in sports today, in sport, in physical sport, in athletics, that the people that bring Nigerians to the international community, you cannot see a quota system. You cannot see quota system. And that is why Nigerians excel in sporting activity. That is why Nigerians you know, the Nigerians, of course, when we talk about Nigeria, we're talking about Ududuwas and Biafrans. And then Musa is the only person that is playing football from KANU State. That is why Nigerians are excelling in sporting activities, because there is no quota system. Well, let me tell you where the quota system comes in sport. Where the quota system comes in sport is that when you see that you have competent hands, people who have represented Nigeria in Olympics, in a World Championship and all that, and they have retired for many years. They are now in Nigeria. Some of them are feeding from hand to mouth, and they have represented Nigeria. And then you have somebody called Gusau. You know, in athletics, you have somebody called Gusau. Gusau became the president of Athletics Federation of Nigeria as a product of political process. He never participated in any competition, international competition. He never represented Nigeria in athletics. He don't know what is 100 meters. He don't know what is 400 meters. He don't know what is 1,000 meters, 800 meters. He don't know what is 1,500 meters. He don't know what is training. He don't know the conditioning. He don't know aerobics. He don't know aerobics. He don't know nothing about athletics. The governing body, administrative body of the Athletics Federation of Nigeria is being headed on quota system. But they cannot bring Musa to go and run in Olympics. Are you understand? Do you understand the point? They cannot make quota system in physical sport. Let's say now, 100 meters, they shoot gun. Musa, come and run. 100 meters, come and represent Nigeria. They shoot gun. Yoruba, Biafra, everybody, 9.8 seconds at the finishing line. And then they go from the back door and go and bring Musa. Musa, come and go to Olympic and run 100 meters. You can't do it. They can't do it. But you know how they manage to bring quota system in athletics and in sport in Nigeria? The people heading the administrative body of all the federation are quota system. I just give you an example of the quota system. That is why Nigeria went to Olympics. This Olympics now. Ordinary, is it jersey or tracksuit? Tracksuit, they went into agreement with Puma because of the smelling incompetence of the quota system coming from Gusau. Gusau, a president of AFA, incompetency. He could not manage billion naira contract. He could not manage the contract. He could not. Puma brought everything. Puma brought every material needed, all appraisal, everything needed for Nigeria contingent to use in Tokyo. They mismanage it because of incompetence. It's a disgrace. Now let me show you something. One moment. Now let me show you. This is a place where you can never see quota system working. Look, he's in Nigeria. He's under 20. Under 20 in Kenya.
This close, the start is crucial, the transition into the straight will be crucial. It's the Nigerian who's gone out strongly on Muzurike leading them into the straight. What's that to be a champion got? He's got to have a lot to come back off this one. It is the Nigerian Muzurike who's going to get away and takes the title. It's a silver this time for Tobago. 20.
Now, what is the name of the winner? Muzurike. The name of the winner Omuzurike. The name of the winner, Omuzurike. Did you see it? The name of the winner, Omuzurike, a Biafran. It just happened today in Kenya. In Kenya. But let me tell you, do you know who is the president now that took Omuzurike to Kenya, to under 20? Do you know the person? The person who took this Nigeria team to Kenya now to represent Nigeria is a Fulani Gusau. Somebody called Gusau. Gusau is the president of AFN. He knows nothing about athletics. But he cannot bring another Gusau to come and run what Omuzurike just ran now. Is it Guso? I don't know whether it is Gusau or Guso. You know the name. I don't know how they answer those names. So I'm just telling you, this is the practical example of the failure of Nigeria. When you see people who have merit, who have competence in what they do, you see them excelling. You see them excelling. Now, if you bring Musa, if you bring another Guso to come and run 200 meters here, he will not even cross after 1 minute. He will not cross the line after 1 minute. So the question I want to ask you today is that why do they not have quota system in athletics? So that everybody will feel represented. Why do they not say, okay, we are going to bring one person from Yoruba land who will run 200. We are going to bring another person from Biafra land who will run 200. We are going to bring another person from, since it is not like that, all geopolitical zone. And we call it federal character system. Why don't you have federal character system in sport? Sport is example of how economy of Nigeria, economy of any working country should be operated. Okay? That is how the practicalizing government policies should be example. What you see from this sport is that in Nigeria, they want you to, they say you have federal character system. Why don't you have federal character system in sport? Because you know it is not possible. But you are having federal character system and you are not even practicing the federal character system. Rather, you bring the quota system that gave Musa upper hand over somebody who is more brilliant, who is more competent, who is more qualified to lead a particular sector of the government. That is what IBB deliberately refused to say here. Because they know, because he knows what they did. He knows that he was a product, or he is still a product of a political processing in Nigeria, which is called the Northernization of Nigeria. Under quota system. So in other third word, what it means is that IBB is a product of quota system. You see? But you know what? Quota system work in the military because there is no evidence to show that the person is not qualified to be admitted into Nigerian army. There is nothing. So in Nigerian army, the quota system is very effective. That is why you see today the repentant Boko Haram, they are now accepting them into Nigerian army. They train them and recruit them into Nigerian army because there is no perimeter to measure whether this Boko Haram actually mentally qualified to be admitted into Nigerian military or Nigerian army. But they are doing it. But because, let me tell you, if Nigeria army is, the recruitment to Nigeria army is based on merit, no single Fulani will be in the army. No single Fulani will be in the army. Not Boko Haram. Because you have what we call, the standard and criteria to be recruited into any agency, any security agency in any country, is that you do not have a criminal record. Once you have criminal record, automatically you cannot be allowed to, you cannot be allowed to hold any security office. Now, I want to show you something. Let us go on break. One moment.
Attention, attention. IPOB One Family. This announcement is for those outside of the USA that wish to donate to the Eastern Security Network Fund that is based in the United States. Because of the fees that donators have to pay the bank when sending wires, we recommend that if you're sending less than $250, that you donate through the IPOB USA website. It's fast, simple, and less expensive for you. Go to our website, www.ipobinusa.org/donate. That is www.ipobinusa.org/donate and make your contribution. When it comes to keeping our people safe, every bit counts. After all, the security of our communities is our responsibility. Let's make this happen together.
Right, welcome back. As I was saying, in a functional and a workable country, if you are suspected of a crime, you can never be allowed to be recruited into any security to hold any security office, or be recruited into military or police or anything like that. Now let me tell you, this card you are looking at now is a security card. This is a security card. In Finland, they call it Järjestuksen valvojakortti, which is a security card. This is a security card, official security card in Finland. Now, if anybody who holds this card, if you commit any crime, or you are being suspected of any, suspected, if you are suspected of any crime, the authority will take this card away from you. For suspecting, are you listening to me? This is a security card. This my security card. Any day I am suspected of any crime, the security card will be taken away from me for suspecting me for a crime. After that, if police find out that I did not commit the crime, the security card will be given back to me. That is how a system works. So when you see some of us shouting for a better country, a Biafra, we know what we are shouting about. We know why we are shouting about it. How can a country be recruiting terrorists, saying that terrorists is the radicalized? I see your own, Mr. Frank. Yeah. Any day you are suspected of crime, where you are going to be stripped of that card. You understand? No matter what security, any security you are at all, that is how a workable country. So how are you going to tell me that Nigeria will capture the repentant Boko Haram, and then you say you want to de-radicalize them? You want to de-radicalize them, and then after that, you will now say you want to recruit them into Nigerian military. It is a deliberate process, political process, deliberate action to take over Nigeria by what I call it, by this political process and a mechanism being put in place. So why do you think that these people are fools? They are not fools. So what brought me to this? What brought me to this is that in the track and field, or in the sport, in Nigeria, in sport, you do not see the quota system happening. But the man that took this Biafra to Kenya to go and win the 200 meters, he is Fulani. He is not qualified. He's a quota system. And that is why they are uncared for. That is why they are not caring for the athletes. That is why they are not caring for them. That is why nobody, you know, the Puma will bring a tracksuit and they will not they will not bring the tracksuit to Olympic, because the Guswa, or whatever they call him, don't know what it takes to make Nigeria team as an athlete. He don't know. He don't know what it takes to run and train from year to year to be able to make Nigeria team. He don't know. So how can he know? That is the reason why Puma canceled the contract, because he don't know. He don't know because he knows nothing about the game. Now let me bring also another person. Let me bring another person.
Got a representative in both the men's and the...
Now I want you to watch this one.
Got a representative in both the men's and the women's final. For Nigeria, this is Iyamabong Nise Uko. She ran in the Olympics in the mixed form. If the seeding based on the results from the rounds counts for anything, the medalists should come from lanes 4, 5, and 6. That's Sylvia Chalanga of Kenya, Liskovic of Poland, and Uko of Nigeria. And it is the fastest woman in the field, Cornelia Liskovic, who has gone out strongly and leads as we approach the halfway point. Nearest challenger is Uko, who's trying to hold her, but the bet is in favour of the Polish athlete. And some charges coming in on the inside there from Mohan of India. How does the stagger see her come off the bend? Challenging for a medal is the answer. It's Poland 1, Nigeria 2, India on the inside. And the Nigerian is attacking over the last 30 metres. She is going to take this. Uko.
You see that? What is the name? Uko, a Biafran. What is the name? The name is Uko.
Representative in both the men.
What is the name? The name is Uko. Uko is a Biafran. A Biafran. This is happening now. No, this is not last year. This is happening right now in Kenya. The World Under-20 Championship. This is Uko. Who is Uko? A Biafran. But do you know Uko? Do you know who took this Uko now to go to Kenya to represent Nigeria? Gusu or whatever they call him. Guso, he knows nothing about athletics. But because they cannot use quota system in the physical activity of this sport, so they have to use it in administrative activity. The administrative part of this sport. And they are killing the talent that are coming from Oduduwa and Biafra, because they are using those people to make living. If Biafra now say, okay, we are not doing sport again in Nigeria. If Yoruba say, okay, we are not doing sports in Nigeria, automatically Gusu or Guso don't have job. Do you see how corrupt Nigeria system is? And let me tell you, somebody like me, when during our own time, I was offered scholarship by 5 different universities in the US. I don't know whether I have mentioned this before. 5 different universities. They were dragging for Simon Ekpa. 5 good universities in the US. Complete scholarship from A to Z. I was offered scholarship by University of Memphis. I was offered scholarship by University of Southern Alabama. I was offered scholarship by McAndre College. I was offered scholarship by Missouri Baptist University. I was offered scholarship by Paso, Texas. You know, 5 different universities wanting me in the US. How many Fulani will do that? So when you see, I did not start today. And I believe that those records are there in those schools. And do you know how much was the scholarship? $24,000 for a year. Complete scholarship. 5 different things. And this girl you see now, this small girl you see now, she have been, offered a university, a scholarship as well. So what we are trying to say is that, how do you move a country forward? How do you move a country forward when you have incompetent people because of the quota system? And because the reason for the quota system is because they want to, after 100 years, to take over Nigeria and convert Nigeria into Islamic State. That was the original plan. The plan, the reason why Gusau will be the president of AFN is not because they want the best interest of the Nigeria athletics, but because they want to be in charge. They want to represent Nigeria as, when let me tell you one thing you don't know. Let me tell you. Do you know the reason why all these people are taking these positions? The reason why they are taking this position is that when they go to international competition, they are going to say, President of AFN, Gusau, Muslim. It is there. You come to see the secretary, or maybe another president of Nigeria Footballers Federation or whatever, or secretary, you hear Muslim. Now, you are dealing with Interpol. Interpol. The security agencies in Nigeria, when you hear the people who are the head of Interpol, this Abba Kaire, a criminal Abba Kaire. The next thing is that you will see people who are communicating with Interpol, Muslim. Now you go to a Financial Crime Commission, the EFCC. You want to see who is the head of EFCC in Nigeria. You see the name, where Muslim. Automatically, you are sending signal to the international community. You are sending, do you know the signal you are sending? The signal you are sending is that Muslims are controlling this country. The signal you are sending is that the message you are sending, the message Babangida was, sending, the message, all this modernization and political process is to send message to international community. Because when they are filling the form, if you go to the embassy, Nigeria embassy, you see ambassador. Ambassador want to serve what we call the credence. Some of you, do you know what is credence? You go to a country, you want to submit credence as an ambassador. That is what is called credence. When you go to submit the credence, you submit your name, your religion, Muslim. I want you to go and check the ambassadors of Nigeria from 2015 to 2021 and tell me, how many Muslims do you have in the ambassadorial list? All of them, maybe 80% or 90% are Muslims. So when they submit the credence, some people don't know. We want to open your brain. We want to open your brain. When the ambassadors of Nigeria submit what they call credence, they put their name, religion, Muslim. So you now know that Muslim is the one who is. So you are representing the country, including your religion. And that is why systematically They have conquered you. And the only hope you have now is what the IPOB under the leadership of MAZI NNAMDI KANU is doing. Because other people are politicians, they are busy. They are busy looking for peanuts. They are busy looking for political appointment. While Fulani are busy, that is what the analysis I made the other day about those who will go to National Assembly and be and be looking for contract while Fulani are there. While Fulani are there. Why the Fulani are there? Why the Fulani are there? One moment. Why the Fulanis are there making the necessary plan to take over. You see? So the point here is not, it is not what you know. It is not what you are seeing. It is what is happening, practically happening. It's happening and everybody is seeing it. Everybody is seeing it. Now let us go back to IBB's video.
How do you bridge that gap? Because today, as I sit and talk, the country is divided. There are those who talk about what you referred to earlier on, but in a different context, the modernization agenda. There are others who feel that the gap between the North and the South hasn't been bridged, and there's no conscious effort to do so, especially given the example that, for instance, in the Southeast, no one since the Civil War ended has held the position of leader of the country from that area. And that others in other parts of the country feel justified in saying, yes, you tried to leave. We're not allowing you get there.
So, what happens? This, I still go back to the people and the leaders. I still go back to elite and the people. They are the people who agreed, as far as I'm concerned, and I will say it here again. I believe the Nigerians should decide who should lead them. And those who want to lead must be adjudged competent, efficient, knowledgeable enough, and recognized by the people. The people recognize them. And how do you get recognized by the people? I want to say that if you are a doctor and you want to go into politics, by all means you can. But people will judge you if medical profession knows you. Maybe you made a lot of contribution in the medical field. You made a lot of contribution in engineering. So your professional colleagues know you very well. That is the first step. That knowledge is what you are going to bring to bear on us, the country, the people. So we should know you. We should know you are competent. We should know you are good. And anybody, as long as you are a Nigerian, as I said before, once you meet up these requirements, by all means, you could be. But people who are interested, even those who want to compete, will try to use that factor of we have not done it before. We want to do it now. It's not. The country is much more than that. It's much more than my people haven't done it, so I'm representing my people. Let me go and do it. It's not. The country is too important for that too important to allow it to people who think parochially in this issue.
Would you agree that there are no Nigerians in the sense today that you could say they are Rwandans? In the sense that in Rwanda, people are not identified by tribe, by law, especially in the aftermath of what happened.
And you know who did that? One man, Kagame. One man, after that genocide thing. Now it's an offense to say that you are a Tutsi or what is the other tribe? Hutu. It's an offense. One man, the brain of one man.
Because when people mention examples of societies or countries that are on the path to very major development, Rwanda is usually the first or the second example they give on the African continent.
Absolutely. And this is the effort and the initiative of one person.
Which takes me back to the strongman thing that I mentioned earlier, Your Excellency.
Yeah, but the people gave him the mandate.
Yes, he does win elections.
He conducts elections. And he sold this idea of being Rwandese to the people. They said, yes, this is the right thing to do. I argued earlier that because we fought a civil war in this country, in the process, people died. You could say over 1 million on both sides. Why did they fight? Why did they die? Why did they lose their hands? Why did they lose their feet? Why did they lose their eyes? Because they want to keep this country together. Maybe we need a law that will talk about Nigeria as a one nation. So anybody who thinks otherwise is out of step.
The elephant in the room, and Rwanda is usually the first or the second example they give on the African continent.
Absolutely. And this is the effort and the initiative of one person.
Which takes me back to the strongman thing that I mentioned earlier, Your Excellency.
Yeah, but the people gave him the mandate.
Yes, he does win elections.
He conducts elections. And he sold this idea of being Rwandese to the people. They said, yes, this is the right thing to do. I argued earlier that because we fought a civil war in this country, in the process, people died. You could say over 1 million on both sides. Why did they fight? Why did they die? Why did they lose their hands? Why did they lose their feet? Why did they lose their eyes? Because they want to keep this country together. Maybe we need a law that will talk about Nigeria as a one nation. So anybody who thinks otherwise is out of step.
Did you hear that? So they have found out that maybe they need a law, and the law is not about how Nigeria can have electricity. I want you people to understand where these people are going. They need a law, not a law that will improve education, not a law that will improve electricity, not a law that will hold the political looters accountable, not a law that will give you good road, not a law that will build your health system, not a law that will end corruption, not a law that will make your passport respected in global village, but a law that will make Nigeria one. Because the ulterior motive is not to make Nigeria a workable country. The main priority of Fulani and the people in northern Nigeria is a law that will continue to compel you and make you to be one Nigeria, even if you don't want it. And when that law will continue to compel you to make you one Nigeria, they will continue to systematically conquer you. Now, this man who is talking about one Nigeria, today, he is not telling you that I have just given you an example of how they have represented Nigeria with Islamic and Muslim and all that. Because the analysis I gave you about ambassadors giving credences, for example, and they will write that my name is Musa Mohammed, I'm a Muslim, and they give their credence. Automatically, in that country, Nigeria is being represented by a Muslim. Do you understand me? Nigeria is being represented by a Muslim. In Germany today, the ambassador of Nigeria in Germany is a Muslim. So Nigeria is already being represented by a Muslim in Germany. And when they want to check the Muslim, the German ambassador in Muslim, when they want to check the profile, they will check the name and they will say he's a Muslim. I don't know whether he's a Muslim, but anyway, the name sounds like a Muslim. You see? Now, when German government want to look at in Germany, they look at the name, okay, he's from this part of Nigeria, is a Muslim. Somebody say in Kuwait. Somebody say even here in Kuwait. Even here in Kuwait. One moment. Yes. Somebody say, Mark Raymond say, even here in Kuwait, the ambassador is a Muslim. You see? So automatically, they have succeeded in projecting the religion of Nigeria to the world by making sure that most of the ambassadors are Muslims. I don't need to tell you, and if you don't know before, you are knowing it now. So those ambassadors have direct contact with government officials. So you are already representing Nigeria as a Muslim. And once they go there, they take their religion very, very serious. Once they go there, every Friday, they observe that particular, whatever Muslims are observing. They are not serving Nigeria. They are not representing Nigeria. They are representing the Muslim world. And they are now, presenting themselves as Nigeria ambassador and Muslim. So when you go to that country, they know it's a Muslim. You go to another country, they know. And I want you to check it. That's what I'm saying. They have projected Nigeria as a Muslim country. And let me tell you also that by the time this thing we are shouting about now will begin to happen, the world, the mind of the world has been repositioned. The mind of the international community has been repositioned. So when they will begin to attack you and try to take over the southern Nigeria, because the north, they already take over the north. When they want to take over the southern Nigeria, the international news media, they will not be surprised because they already know that the majority of the ambassadors, majority of the foreign people coming, the foreign offices of Nigeria are being led by the Muslims. They know that the Nigerian representatives are Muslims, including those representing them in administrative offices in sport, in youth and sport, they are Muslims. So it is not going to be a new thing. They already know that it was a target. And the next thing you will see is that they will now begin to give news, breaking news, Muslim take over Nigeria, and the Secretary of State or Department of State will come to issue statement. You must be very easy to Biafra people. You must very easy to Igbo people. You must take it easy to Yoruba people. Don't kill them. Make sure. And then Saudi Arabia will come and be giving statement. Make sure you take southern Nigeria, handle it with Islamic principle. Don't do this. Don't do that. That is all. Nobody can do anything. I am telling you. If you doubt me, if you doubt what I'm saying, now watch. One moment. Because our own is that we will, with the talk, we bring you evidences. If you doubt what I'm saying, watch. Now I want you to look at this. U.S. government give conditions. U.S. government give condition to recognize Taliban, to recognize Taliban government in Afghanistan. So you see, U.S. is now having a choice of recognizing Taliban in Afghanistan. That is how they are going to recognize Boko Haram at the end of the day, if something is not done. That is how they are going to recognize the government of Boko Haram. Are you listening? If something is not done. That is how they are going to recognize the government of ISWAP. By the time that, because as they are running over Nigeria, the diplomatic war will be going on in UN. They have their woman there in UN. As they are conquering Nigeria and fighting with arms and ammunition, there is a point they are going to go, they will not hide it again to the international community. They want to declare who is going to fight. By that time, they must have killed all ESN members. The governors must have killed everybody. And then by the time they come finally, the governors will be helpless. All of them will be running away. Like the president of Afghanistan ran away. By that time, America will say, now you must, as I'm telling you what I am telling you. By that time, all the Southerners in Nigerian military will be compelled to change to Islam. Otherwise, you will be killed. By that time, you will have no help anymore. And the only thing the international community will do is to tell them conditions to recognize them. Look at it here now. Look at it. U.S. government give condition to recognize Taliban government in Afghanistan. And do you know what is the condition? Do you know the condition? The condition will shock you. The condition will shock you. The condition is that they must denounce Al-Qaeda. The condition is that they must denounce Al-Qaeda. Let me read it now. Let me read it. You see, U.S. government give condition to recognize Taliban government in Afghanistan. Look at them. The United States of America has listed condition for it to recognize a Taliban government in Afghanistan. U.S. Department spokesman Ned Price said they will only recognize a Taliban government if it respects the right of women and also denounces extremist movements such as Al-Qaeda. Do you see that? Do you see that? Are you seeing that? Do you see the condition? That they must recognize the right of women and then also denounce Al-Qaeda. That one is often kupu now. That one is often kupu. So what we are telling you now is that a Taliban have come to stay. Because what is recognized, it is Saudi Arabia that is already giving them order what to do. Saudi Arabia was telling Taliban to make sure they protect everybody according to Islamic principle. You understand the point? So denouncing Al-Qaeda, they will come and say, we have denounced Al-Qaeda now. Is it not to denounce Al-Qaeda? No, I'm telling you, is it not to denounce Al-Qaeda? Okay. They will come and they make agreement with Al-Qaeda. They will say, we are going to denounce you publicly, but remember, we are not denouncing you. You understand? It's a politics. It's a game. It's a game. They will come, the Taliban will say, we are, according to American government, they say the only way to recognize us is that we're going to denounce Al-Qaeda. So we are now making public statements, we are denouncing Al-Qaeda. And we are also recognizing the right of women. I am telling you, that is the end. So by that time, this is what will be going on in Nigeria. You'll be waiting for America to come. You'll be waiting for America to send a private jet. You'll be waiting for America for where you have to fight for your freedom, my people. You have to fight for your freedom. The governors cannot protect you. The political leaders in southern Nigeria, they have lost every control. They have lost it. They don't think like human being anymore. They don't think like human being. And let me tell you that the weapon you see today in Afghanistan, you are going to see half of them. 70% of them will come to Sahel because Nigeria is a big target. Somebody is asking me, what can we do? Somebody is asking me, what can we do? MAZI, please, what can we do? Thank you very much. What we can do to make sure that we do not end up in this situation is to every Biafran to stand up and never allow election to hold anymore in Biafra land. That is a starting point. Somebody say, you don't know if I will be able to sleep tonight. It is that thing, Martinus. Simon, I don't know if I'll be able to sleep tonight. That is why everybody must be coming here to listen, irrespective of what they say about us. God has brought us for this particular time so that we are going to open your head. And as we are opening your head, you are going to be opening the head of others. So, how this is going to work, first of all, is to make sure that you do not allow election in Biafra land. Second of all, is that everybody must rise up and begin to contribute money for arms and ammunition for ESN. Very, very important. I remember that our fundraising is coming. Our next fundraising is coming. So you must do everything possible to be part of the funding for ESN and support IPOB. Very, very important. Very, very important. Spiritual support, physical support, and all support you know that you can give to indigenous people of Biafra, that is the solution. But the first step is to make sure there is no election in Anambra State, starting from Anambra State. Otherwise, everything I'm saying here is going to come to pass. And by that time, you will be running away to Murtala Mohammed, climbing aeroplane. You will be running away to Abuja airport, climbing aeroplane. You will be running away and will be shouting, America, come and help me. You will be running to embassy and the plane, they will close airport. No plane will fly. No plane will fly. And you are thinking that the UN will come and help you. They have already used their woman in UN. They have done what they want to do. They don't have anything to say. You think that those in America have done, they don't have anything to say. You will be seeing BBC, you will be seeing CNN. They will all be saying, okay, we are giving Boko Haram, we are giving Nigerian extremists a condition before we can recognize them. And as that time is, if Babangida is still alive, they are already contacting their allies all over the world to beef up their diplomatic ties. It is over. It is over. I know that as I'm saying this thing now, some of you, the politicians who devil have actually turned your brain upside down, you will not understand it. You will never understand it. You will never understand. Somebody is saying climbing aeroplane. Yes, it happened in 2021. People were climbing aeroplane. And they forgot that you cannot climb aeroplane. Aeroplane is not Molue. Aeroplane is not Danfo. People were actually climbing aeroplane, and believe me, they wanted to fly on top of aeroplane. Can you even believe that? And it's I'm telling you, some people want to hang on aeroplane to fly. That was how bad the situation was. So the sense of the thinking, everything disappeared. Well, let me tell you, do you know what happened? The president ran away. The president ran away. So the same thing will happen. When it will begin to happen, Omahi will run away with his family. Hope Uzodinma will run away with his family. The man in Enugu State will run away with his family. But these are the people who we are telling you we are on ground. But all of them, those who have visas, they will all run away. Private jet will be waiting for them. Now they say Ethiopia Airlines is coming to Enugu State. Everybody will disappear. But now they are telling you they are in charge. Now they are telling you wait for 2023. Now they are telling you we are on ground or nothing is happening. But they cannot learn from what we are saying, because everything we say here is truth. You see America now, America of all people is now giving condition to recognize Taliban, because what? They don't have a choice. They don't have a choice. After they pump billions of dollars, we are on ground. They don't have a choice. They don't have a choice. So when did your own time come? That is exactly how the media in America will be reporting it. And let me also tell you one thing. The same thing I am talking about now, let me also bring this one to you. One Pastor Peters. This Pastor Peters said, Taliban, Boko Haram, ISWAP may take over Buhari government, chase him away like in Afghanistan. Pastor Peters. And now they are beginning to get the message. Now they are beginning to get the message. This is a pastor in Nigeria. They are beginning to get the message. The question now is that for those of you who have asked, what can we do? I have just given you a clue of the solution. Anambra election is coming in this November 6th. Make sure it didn't hold. I want to also clarify what I am saying. I did not say boycott. See, I have come to understand that the Nigeria have turned everybody's brain. So you can read English and you don't understand it. You can read the text, you don't understand it. You can read the message, you don't understand it. I am telling you, I said boycott. No, I said not boycott, but to stop election. There is difference between boycotting election and stopping election. So don't go and start using the wrong word to agitate and create awareness for Anambra election. No, don't use the word boycott. Boycott is different from stopping election from taking place. Boycott is that the election material come, the INEC came or they come, and you say Biafra boycott it, so people did not go out or people will not go out to vote. That is boycotting election. So, but what I'm saying, what I am advocating for is to stop election, which means you don't allow any electoral material to even enter Anambra State. You don't allow even any official of INEC to enter Anambra State. Not talk less of saying we want to conduct election. That is what no election means. No election. It is stopping the election or no election and not boycott. Don't use the term or the word by boycott. Boycott is a very wrong word in this particular period of time. It is to stop totally stopping the election. Because when you boycott the election, and some material enter Anambra, they are going to go to one place and cook something and say, okay, there was a low turnout. There was a low turnout of the voters, so somebody have won the election. No, we want it to be on record that election did not take place. In fact, every INEC office anywhere in Biafra land should be destroyed. We don't need election. The only thing we need is referendum in Biafra land. So any INEC office in Biafra land should be destroyed completely. My people, we are fighting for survival. Did you not see what is happening in Afghanistan? Nobody come to their aid. Do you see the statement coming from America? Oh, we are giving you condition before we can recognize you. Taliban being recognized after they have used terrorism to take over the government. America is giving them option. I want you to get sense. America is now giving option to a terrorist organization that have taken over a country. That is to show you they have lost it. And they are going to lose it again in Nigeria. So we will not allow that to happen. We are very sensible people. We are very smart. We think ahead of time. And that's what I'm doing right now, taking ahead of time. So we cannot allow that to happen. That is why whatever we do, we use their own word against them. Whatever we do, we use what they brought to us in the public against them. That's why I am analyzing the video of IBB. And this is the part 4. Part 5 is coming. Part 5 is coming. Now, in addition to that, let me also bring you this particular news as well, for you to know where we are going. Taliban, Al-Qaeda, ISIS expanding in Africa, UN wants. The only thing they do is to warn. They will warn and warn and warn and warn. And when it begins to happen, they will begin to give condition when they have taken over Nigeria. You see? Taliban, Al-Qaeda, ISIS expanding in Africa, UN wants. That is the only thing they will do. They warn. And I am telling you now that we are taking their warning very seriously. We are taking their warning very seriously. And that is the reason why we are going to be destroying every INEC office. In fact, Biafra must make sure there's no INEC office in Biafra land, because we are taking the warning of the UN very seriously. And we have now come to understand better. Are you going to tell me that destroying the INEC offices, making sure that no election in Biafra land is worse than what is going to come if the UN warning, which is the same warning they gave to Afghanistan? The same warning they gave to Afghanistan. You just listen to the video I played. In that video, the man said, the expert came to say, in 2 months' time, Taliban may take over Afghanistan. But they did not allow 2 months to come. They took over within 1 month. So we attack. And that is why we have to invoke the destruction of every INEC office. This one is not, no, but we are not missing word. You are looking for solution, right? The solution is, first of all, no election in Biafra land. Start destroying every INEC office, making sure that Anambra election did not hold. Because once that election holds, you have renewed the agreement with Nigeria. You have renewed the agreement with Nigeria. And this particular warning coming from the UN, they are not going to do any other thing than this warning they gave you. And by the time when the ISIS have taken over the government, because now they are recruiting them into Nigeria army. In fact, let me also shock you 1 moment. Our own is that we they do it a show. We they do it a show. We they do it a show. they do in the show.
Be it banditry, be it government is winning the war against insecurity. Be it Boko Haram, be it banditry, be it the separatist, movements. We are winning.
But how can you say that when even just last weekend, we saw them attacking schools in the northwest of the country?
I didn't say that we stopped banditry or we stopped. We are winning the war against them. Even the safest country.
Did you hear that? He said he did not say they are stopping banditry. Like Mohammed said, he did not tell you they are stopping banditry. He said we are winning the war against them. Do you understand? Who are the bandits? Taliban, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram, they are all the same. And the Minister of Information in Nigeria, who is also an extremist, a Muslim, like Mohammed, he said he did not tell you they are stopping bandit. No. He said they are winning the war against them. This is some people who say they want to drive an airplane, technicality. He did not tell you he is winning the war. He did not tell you that he is stopping the bandit. He said they are winning the war. Now let us watch.
In the world, we still witness crimes, on a daily basis. But it is response of that government to the crimes that makes all the difference. And I say, if the number of Boko Haram insurgents that have given up their soldiers who have surrendered in the last few weeks, anything to go by, if the successes of the military, and here I'm talking about both the Air Force and the ground forces, anything to go about in the war against bandits, we are winning the war.
But it's, for you to...
He tells you that, let's listen. He said they are not stopping stopping banditry and terrorism, but they are winning the war. And do you know the reason he said they are winning the war? It's not by killing them all. No. He did not say we are winning the war by killing them. He said we are winning the war because of the number of the repentant Boko Haram that are surrendering. Are you paying attention? They are not winning the war by bombardment. They are not winning the war by gun. He said it himself. They are not winning the war by air bombardment. They are not winning the war by bomb. They are not winning the war by guns. They are not winning the war by the military men that are losing their life every day. But they are winning the war because they are surrendering. And let me shock you. I want you to understand what is coming. This is a systematic conquering of Nigeria, Islamization of Nigeria, modernization of Nigeria, and every northern elite, I am serious, every northern elite who is Muslim is behind it. It is a final battle we are into now. That is why we have to be very, very serious in what we do. That is why we have to be very ruthless in this Biafra struggle. Very ruthless. When we deal with Nigeria government, we have to be very ruthless. Because at the end of the day, America will tell you, we are giving you a condition to recognize the Islamic State of Nigeria. That is how it is going to be. At the end of the day, they will give Boko Haram condition. You must deny extremism. You must deny, they will say ISIS, you must deny extremism for we to recognize your government. And what do? They will deny it. Somebody say, after today broadcast of no election in Anambra State, the ranters and attackers will resume. Well, this is not the first time I am making it, and this no election in Biafra land and Anambra State is actually the order given by our leader, MAZI NNAMDI KANU. So anybody that I don't know, MAZI NNAMDI KANU, our leader, cannot change mind on this, because he have said it several times that no election in Biafra land. So we are reminding our people, preparing their mind to get ready, because this is order given by our leader. Now, let us continue.
They are winning the war, yet you have the governor of Katsina State who has just told citizens in that state to arm themselves to fight the bandits. You have no less than the Minister of Defense say exactly the same thing back in February, that civilians should take up arms now to fight these bandits. If you were winning the war, why would civilians have to come out and fight?
Peter, we are winning this war, and my evidence that we are winning the war is number of casualties being suffered by the insurgents and by the bandits. And there's no better way of evidence that you're winning the war than when your enemies are surrendering their arms, they're surrendering, the soldiers are surrendering, and you are taking them into camps to retrain them and to de-radicalize them.
But I mean,
to retrain them. You say that the only reason that there is no other way to know that you are winning the war other than they are surrendering, and you are taking them to camp to retrain. I want you to underline the word he used. He said, retrain. My people, I don't know the training Lai Mohammed gave the Boko Haram in the first place, that he want to retrain them now. I do not know. Lai Mohammed should be able to tell us what was the initial training given to Boko Haram that are surrendering, that they want to retrain them now. I am asking, can we ask Lai Mohammed what was the training he gave to Boko Haram that are surrendering, that he want to retrain them? He said there is no other way to know that they are winning the war other than they are surrendering, and they are now putting them to camp to retrain them. So we need to know, what did he mean by retrain? Did he train them in the first place to go to Boko Haram camp, and now he want to retrain them to come and join Nigeria army, or what is going on? These are the questions that every critical thinking person in Nigeria should be asking this man. What is the training they are retraining again? What is it? We've had several times where even the military general come to defend Boko Haram, and each time they deny. After defending them, they will come to deny. So Lai Mohammed, who is an extremist from Kwara State, should tell us what training he gave to Boko Haram before that he want to retrain them now. Now let us continue. Somebody say, sir, what if federal government hand over Nigeria to Boko Haram before the election? That is why we have Eastern Security Network. Because by then, I don't think anybody, we have Eastern Security Network, we have our Lion Squad, we have Volunteer Force. That's where these people come in. Because we can't, if it is now official that they have handed over to Boko Haram before election, because everything is possible. I'm telling you, everything is possible. So my brother, you are right. You are absolutely right. Everything is possible. If you watch the video I played from the beginning, where the man, the white man who was analyzing the Afghanistan, he said that expert said that the Taliban may take over Afghanistan in 3 months time. But actually, the government of Afghanistan, the president did not even wait up to that 3 months, and he handed over to this Taliban. So if November is far, November is far. So if the government of Nigeria, because of what happened in Afghanistan now, they hand over to Boko Haram, it's not a surprise. In fact, I don't know what you mean by hand over to Boko Haram, because they are already in control. Is Pantami not there? Is Pantami not there? All these people you see, they are all still Boko Haram members. So they are already there in disguise. So, but of course, when they officially hand over, then America will come and give statement. We are going to sanction you. We are going to do this. You must make sure you govern them. Right of women in Nigeria, in Islamic State of Nigeria, right of women, right of this, right of that. You must denounce Boko Haram. You must denounce extremism. And it will be as film, movie to all of you. But it will happen. We will not allow that to happen. And if it happens that they hand over to Boko Haram before election, then we don't have any other choice than to fight. We have to fight. We have to fight. That is why it is important that no matter how they attack you, no matter how some agents are coming to attack you in our family, in IPOB, don't relent. Don't relent, because you know what you are looking for. No matter how if you are doing something and some people come to blackmail you, don't relent. Don't look at them, because what you are fighting for, people have died. It is better to blackmail you than for you to be dead, and you don't offer anything to the freedom of Biafra. So no matter no matter what, and I am pleading to you people, because I know after this broadcast now, a lot of things is going to start flying on the social media. Don't argue. Don't argue with them. Don't fight for me. Just when you see anybody writing anything about me, ignore them completely. Ignore them and focus. When they say that, if anybody comes to tell you, don't follow Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa is not an IPOB member. Ignore them. Ignore them. Just come, listen to my teaching, use it to go and preach to people. When they come and tell you, don't go to his program again, of course you know if you are getting something from this program or not. If you know that what I'm doing, you are getting something from it, don't listen to anybody. Don't even argue with anybody. Just come here, listen, take whatever I teach and forget me. Take my teaching, put me inside gutter. Because I know the target. I know my target. My target is to get Biafra and nothing else. My target is to destroy Nigeria and nothing else. My target is to make sure that I participate in using the talent God gave me to destroy Nigeria for the restoration of Biafra. So don't argue with anybody. Let us end all this hearsay. He's not the IPOB, he's an oath or he's not oath. Forget it. Don't focus on what I'm telling you now. It's very important. Focus on what I'm telling you. Make sure you take the message, cut the video, share the video, and all that. And let me tell you, we are coming with Iwe and Onoma. You know what that means? You know, it is good to speak this English. We are coming with Iwe and Onoma. Iwe and Onoma is that by the time our live broadcasting app will be ready, in a week and a half time, you will see every game will change. We are going to have our live broadcasting app. Forget me, take the message. Forget me, take the message. And let me tell you, I will continue to give respect to Biafra people. I will continue to give respect to our leader, MAZI and KANU. And I will continue to be part of anything positive that will bring him out. And when he's out, Onitsha, I'm making it out of. When he will be out, Onitsha, let me speak like Chiwetalago. Because some people may think that he's not coming out. He's going to come out. Our leader is going to come out. And when he is out, Onitsha, I believe that. For those who use their energy to fight somebody who is doing something good, it doesn't matter how long it's going to take. It doesn't matter. But I know definitely that our leader is coming out. Because if he is here today, all this uproar, all this thing going on social media will not happen. It will never. If our leader is here today, it will not happen. So we'll continue to manage. We'll continue to manage until he come out. Because I know his presence protected a lot of things. His presence protected people like us. You know? So, as he's not around again, with this I want to but we continue to focus because he is going to be out. And I have trust in him. I have trust in him. Now, I want you to listen to what Lai Mohammed is saying. Because they are not interested in ending the banditry. They are not interested in ending the war by gun and ammunition. But they want to take weapons from America. They want to take weapons from America. What are they going to use that weapon to do? To stop Biafra. Nothing else. The weapon is to stop Biafra. It is not to secure Nigeria. It is not to fight against extremists. It is not to fight against the Islamization of Nigeria. No. And now let us watch.
I doubt very much if you could say that to the families of those people who are still being killed almost on a daily basis by insurgents, by kidnappers, by bandits, by cattle rustlers. Would you consider that a fair thing to tell to them that you are winning this war, even though their people are being killed?
Probably the world will better appreciate what Nigerians achieved when they see that the US, after 20 years, $1 trillion down the drain, thousands of lives killed, it took the Taliban's only a few weeks to come back.
Did you hear that? Now, Lai Mohammed is now making reference to Taliban. Lai Mohammed is now making reference to Taliban. Did you see it? Did you see it? They are not making reference to Taliban. And he said that America, he is now cajoling America. It is time to insult America. He said almost $1 trillion. And Taliban ran over them in 1 week. You didn't hear that? He said after 20 years, it took Taliban 1 week to run over Afghanistan. This is what I'm telling you. This is what I am telling you, what is coming. So they are copying format for the Yahoo. They are copying format, a Taliban format. They are going to be applying Taliban format. The Taliban format that worked now, they are going to apply it in Nigeria in a very different and very ruthless way. And that format now is that the day you are going to wake up and they say they have hijacked Aso Rock. You see? America will give statement. Please, for we to recognize Nigeria Emirate, you must be this, you must be that. You see it happening. Now let us continue.
That's not happening in Nigeria.
Some people would argue that rather than spend your time, facing all these challenges, rather than that, you're trying to muzzle free speech. They point to your ban on Twitter, even though Nigerians have disregarded that ban and you can almost do nothing about it.
If you are in government and you have a platform that preaches and preaches hatred, it becomes a platform of choice for separatists. It becomes a platform where one group is pitted against the other. I think you, as a responsible government, would rather suspend the operation of that organization rather than, allow your country to descend.
But that's not the reason why you banned it, is it? I mean, you banned it because your egos as a government was bruised when President Muhammad Buhari's tweet was removed by Twitter.
That was what the media chose to believe. Nobody has denied the fact that during the NSAS, protest, that Twitter responds for the NSAS protesters. If you raise funds for NSAS protesters and that protest leads to loss of lives, you are directly responsible for those loss of lives.
So now, you see how they lie? So if it was because of the NSAS, why did you not ban Twitter during the NSAS protest? Do you know when the NSAS protest happened? That was last year, October 2020. This man come today in 2021 to talk about NSAS. Now let me tell you, this man come today to talk about NSAS. NSAS was last year, October. Today he come to talk about NSAS. I want to ask question. They say they suspended Twitter. They said they suspended Twitter. I don't know how the suspension of this Twitter, every day we are reading from Nigerian newspaper that somebody posted something on Twitter. Every day the Nigerian news media, they are reporting from my Twitter account. I don't know how they get into my Twitter account. Are they not in Nigeria? Every day, BBC, they are gossiping from Twitter account, BBC Igbo. Are they not in Nigeria? Every day they are saying the Simon Ekpa Twitter. He said Joe Igbokwe must die. All this news came from Twitter. So where are they getting it? Who is sending it to them on Twitter? It came from Twitter. So I don't know whether the banning of Twitter, whether it has failed, because they could not stop the people from going to Twitter. Every day they are on my Twitter account, and they even they give misleading information. When I write something, they report it wrongly. For example, the Joe Igbokwe own, they say MAZI NNAMDI KANU's disciple threatened Joe Igbokwe with death. But the tweet is there. I was responding to Joe Igbokwe comment that over his dead body, he will see MAZI NNAMDI KANU freed. And then I went to Twitter. I told Joe Igbokwe, if you say over your dead body, MAZI NNAMDI KANU, you will see MAZI NNAMDI KANU freed, get ready to die. Because at the end of the tunnel, he's going to see the light. Boom! Sahara Reporter, bam! Daily newspaper, bam! This one, bam! Everywhere, BBC, everywhere. Simon Ekpa threatened Joe Igbokwe with death. I do not know where they see the Simon Ekpa threatened Joe Igbokwe with death, when actually he was the one wishing himself dead. And I told him that MAZI NNAMDI KANU is going to come out, that he should get ready to die. It was in my Twitter. So I don't know whether the news that are reporting it, whether BBC is not in Nigeria or the Lai Mohammed are not seeing them. You see, they misrepresent everything. When I posted something on Twitter that MAZI NNAMDI KANU will be giving topic that I will discuss on Monday, I don't know where they get the information that MAZI NNAMDI KANU will be broadcasting from prison. Bah! Sahara Reporter, MAZI NNAMDI KANU disciple, MAZI NNAMDI KANU will be leading the broadcast from prison. Everywhere, daily news, BBC, everywhere. I don't know whether they have another Twitter of Simon Ekpa where they get the information from, or is it the thing that I wrote by myself? Where did they hear or read that Simon Ekpa said that MAZI NNAMDI KANU will be broadcasting from the prison? I don't understand. I don't understand where they read that kind of thing from. But the tweet is also there, written in a plain English language. They twist it. And the thing is that some people who are educated also follow this kind of tweet, and my Twitter is there. And even as they wrote all those things, they still screenshot the message I posted on Twitter and put on that report, on that article. So when you read the message, when you read all the cock and junk or whatever cock and bull story they wrote, after reading it, you go to the message, you see my own Twitter, where they're actually getting the news from. What I wrote, I don't know how they get the information, whether they are reading from another eye or whether if they are reading something else is appearing. Simon, I don't know, because I don't know how they get the information that the MAZI NNAMDI KANU will be leading the Monday broadcast from the prison, broadcasting from the prison. I don't know where they get that. My people, I'm asking you, did you see anything like that on my page? It is not there. But people are reading it. People are reading, and when they read it, after they read it, they go and even see the screenshot they took from a Twitter. So it is really unacceptable. And the information, the news media, they are aiding and abetting all these things that you see going on. And we must stop them. We must stop them, and we must stop them. So let us continue to listen to Lai Mohammed.
And you see, it's not the business of an international organization or international company to meddle into the internal security of the country, what they know nothing about.
All right, and again, it is the same BBC.
What can Chelsea do?
Government.
The same BBC.
Okay, you said you have collected 10 million, 4 million, 700,000, 500,000.
Where is this one coming from?
Today, we are going to be discussing.
We have 400 million. I know this one. All right. Let us just listen to that. So what we are saying now is that the IBB, we are going to play the video of IBB for a while, because this is the part 4 of this program. We're going to play it, and then we go into the interactive section of this program.
The elephant in the room, usually, whenever anybody talks,
he breaks the glasses, right?
talks about or talks to you, is this issue of June 12. And I want to give a little background in the sense that in the lead up to June 12, 2 parties were created. Nigerians bought into it. Option A4 was adopted. Nigerians bought into it. 2 persons emerged from a process to be candidates. Nigerians bought. You asked them, you stood against the attempt to prevent them from voting at that time. So they were able to vote. All those who spoke about it said it was good.
Because the ordinary man likes it. He wants to know who is going to lead him. He wants to know who is going to represent him. And if I want to be elected, I have to present myself to you to say, look, this is what you need. I can represent you to get this because I have done A, B, C, D, either for the society or for any other organization, professional bodies and the rest of them. And I'm glad they liked it. But what we did was simple. We said, we wanted to know why elections results for a very long time in the history of this country were always doubted, were not acceptable. We set up a research, we set a committee, they did a research on why elections fail in this country. And these are some of the reasons we discovered as a result of the body we have set, which helps the country. But the elite will tell you that if you do that, it is no longer secret ballot. So secret, nobody should see who is voting or who is queuing and so on. That is the way they killed it.
Moikka, mä oon Maria Kangaskortet ja meidän perheelle tulee ruokaboksi.
But General, how tough was it for you when you put all that on the line, and yet you then had to take the decision to cancel?
I think when you realize that decisions have to be made or decisions have to be taken, it may not be the right decision, it could be a wrong decision. But as I told you earlier, that it's always better to take a decision, even if it is a wrong decision. A decision should be taken, which one, as a leader, you consider is the best interest of the people. The rest you leave it for history. Because there is something that history will look at and say, okay, he has a basis for taking that decision. I would rather be adjudged that I have a basis for taking all the decisions I have than not taking decisions that goes contrary to my own decision.
That is exactly it. I hope you are all following. First of all, this cancellation of June 12th election is to protect one Nigeria. I do not know how the cancellation of June 12th election is meant to protect one Nigeria when a Nigeria won the election. That should now leave you in a very deep thought. If the election of Abiola, who is a Yoruba man, is not accepted, and you have to now annul the election in order to maintain one Nigeria, that should tell you a lot. You know why? Because Abiola, coming of Abiola, will truncate the Islamization agenda of the Fulanese. Now, he also went further to tell you about the history. The decision he made is for history. Now, let me tell you, if we do not dissolve Nigeria now, do you know what happened? Do you know what will happen? It is going to go in the history of the Nigeria Emirate, the people who participated and made very, very big and very hard decision to turn Nigeria into Islamic State. And Babangida is going to be the biggest one in those history book. So he is making the history now. The history is building now. The history is going to talk about now. The history that we are going to be talking about after 10 years, after 20 years, if Nigeria become somebody say Abiola is a Muslim. I will comment on you because this is a very important comment. Somebody say, so when after 20 years, when Nigeria become Islamic Emirate, they will begin to talk how the process they took. Just like today, you will be talking about the process of Afghanistan. It took them 20 years, right? But in Nigeria, they will be talking about the process they took to Islamize Nigeria. They will tell you Babangida came, and first of all, they tell you that they came and they went to the Nigerian military by political process. They become product of political process, the modernization of Nigeria. He become general. They fought Biafra, Nigeria war. He became the army. He came to power. He ruled Nigeria for 8 years as a dictator. He made decrees. After that, he now put Nigeria into Islamic Organization of Islamic State. He registered Nigeria, the first step to becoming an Islamic nation. And then after that, he annulled the election of Abiola, who is from the from Yoruba land. And then because coming Abiola will also jeopardize the chances of turning Nigeria, building this strategic or mechanism to Islamize Nigeria. So Abiola will either truncate it or disturb the process of this Islamization of Nigeria. Now, somebody will ask me, is Abiola not a Muslim? I have been saying it. We have been saying it. They don't regard Yoruba Muslims as a real Muslim. This is the fact. Yoruba Muslims are rational thinkers. Do you understand me? Yorubas are not real. Yorubas are Ogun believers, traditionalists, traditional worshippers. So anybody you see, this is not to cajole the Muslims of Yoruba. No, but the fact is that the core Muslim, Fulani core Muslim, the Usman Danfodio lineage, they don't regard Yoruba as real Muslim. If they are killing the Igbos today, if they are killing Christians today, some of them will be killed in the north. Believe me. So they are not regarding them. They are not regarding them as Muslim. And real Muslim, they don't regard them. So they know that if Abiola becomes the president of Nigeria, he is going to be very rational in his decision. He is not going to be making decisions based on Islamic principle. That is the difference. That is the difference. Abiola cannot make decision based on Islamic principle. Somebody say you are wrong. I don't know whether you are wrong. You want to rant or something like that. But this is the fact. They don't regard them as real Muslim. I am telling you, they are only using them. They are only using them to for this conquest of the southern Nigeria. That is the only thing they are using them for. They don't regard them. And let me tell you, there is even the people in Kwara State, the Yorubas in Kwara State, who are Muslim. They are just willing tools. They are just willing tools, to go deeper into the Yoruba people. They don't regard them really. I am telling you, they don't regard them. They don't regard them as real Muslims. It is the same thing as an Igbo man. Igbo man now, or any Biafra, come to all this one doing this nonsense in Imo State. They say, I am Usman this, Usman that. They are only looking for money. They are only looking, these are jobless people who want to make money from becoming an Islamic person, Islamic scholars. You see somebody who is Igbo man that the mother used Akpu and the Otaraji to train. The person will come and cover his face and say he want to eat tuwo. All the things that they are eating, they are still eating Biafra food. They eat ogbono, they eat egusi, they eat pounded yam, they eat apple, and then every day they will come to tell you, we are imam. If you are imam, be real imam, change your system, change your stomach, change your intestine, change your eating, change the way you, because they don't eat all these things we eat. Yeah, we know. Yeah, we know. So this our secretary is busy here. This is our secretary. This is our secretary Nebuye Muche here. He said that if Abiola was regarded as a real Muslim, the election will never be cancelled, and that's a very good point there. That's a very good one, because if Abiola is a Shinkafi, for example, because Shinkafi is one of them, they wouldn't have cancelled the election. I don't know whether Shinkafi, I don't know who contested Abiola, who contested against Abiola. Is it Shinkafi or somebody, or what is the name? Is that Shinkafi or something like that? So if Abiola is a real Muslim from the north, the June 12th election will not be annulled, because by then there is no threat to Nigeria unity. There will not be any threat to Nigeria unity. But because Abiola won the election, Tofa, thank you, not Shinkafi, Tofa. So if Abiola was like Tofa, if Tofa won that election, there is no threat to Nigeria unity. But because Abiola won it, it became a threat to Nigeria unity. So Babangida have to annul it. Now we have to stop from here. Tomorrow we continue from where we stop. The part 5 of the modernization of Nigeria and exposing the IBB interview. And we all have seen and we all have answered and addressed the question of the solution. So what is the solution? We have said the solution is to stop election. No election in Biafra land is the solution. That's where we start. Because by the time that one happens, we will know where we are going. Now I'm going to bring you in. And for those of you watching on YouTube, I want to have a break. By the time I come back, we want to see at least 1,800 likes. Now we have about 2,600 viewers on YouTube alone. So, and we want this program to go to other people. So as you are watching, I want you to have a break, 1 second or 2 seconds, and click like button. We have 7 DSS agents who are watching here, and they have also clicked that they don't like the program. So we welcome them. We know that this program will torment them, even though they click, they don't like it. When they go to sleep this night, they will never remain the same. They are going, their mind, this program will torment them as they sleep. They can never have peace. Those people that click, they don't like the program will torment them this night. They will never have peace of mind this night, because we know that they have listened to the truth, and the truth will torment them until they will be they will repent. That is if they are DSS. But if they are the Fulani Janjaweed, they know that that they are not going anywhere, that we have known their secret and we're exposing their secret. So go and hit the like button. We want to see at least 1,800 to 2,000 likes. And before we come back, this is 1,400 likes now. We're going to go on break. And by the time we come back, please do that so that other people will have the video on their feed. Thank you very much. So go on break.
In Africa, listen! Pastors in Africa, listen! We have fooled my people, God said, through your witchcraft, magic, and seducing demon. And I say to you, enough is enough! Judgment is coming to you, pastors in Africa! Judgment is coming to you unless you repent now, God said. We have deceived my people. You have proselyte my sons and daughters. You seduce them and bring them to immorality. You teach them to rebel against me. You have seduced them. Enough is enough, God said. Enough is enough. I will turn the country to humility. And every false shepherd will be removed in the church. And every seducing leaders will be removed and cut up in the land. And I will raise up another. Will teach my people to love me, to serve me, to worship me, and to obey me.
Go and hit the like button. Hit the like button. We want to see 1,800 to 2,000 likes before we continue after this particular announcement.
NNAMDI KANU.
The last fight. The last fight. The last fight. All hands must be on deck in this last battle to restore Biafra. Most especially in the forthcoming Biafra Worldwide Mega Fundraising. Zoom meeting ID 829979325595. Pace code 902938. You are invited to the Biafra Worldwide Mega Fundraising organized by the IPOB Biafra Women in USA and their gallant men supporters in support of the landmark Legon Marathon to stop the sale and delivery of the Super Tucano aircraft and other military equipment to the Nigerian terrorist government and the fight to free MAZI NNAMDI KANU and to restore Biafra. USA and the delivery of Tucano jet fighter. Free MAZI NNAMDI KANU now. Free Biafra. Now, date September 11, 2021. Time 12 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Biafra time. IPOB Women Inc. Account information. Account name IPOB Women Inc. Bank name Chase Bank. Routing number 0830000137. Account number 628087238. Swift code Chassos 33. Bank address 270 Park Avenue, New York. NY10017. For quick pay with Zelle and Cash App, use account name IPOB Women Inc. Email address umuadab@yahoo.com. For more information, contact Mrs. Bridget Okafo, Women Leader IPOB USA. Number 215-715-7709. Father Augustine Odimegwa, 917-306-9786. MAZI Maxwell Dede, 9787-288-326. Brother Ben Wankwa, +1 513-616-1412. Nwada Rosemary Williams, 619-381-8579. Lady Azoka Charles Wankwa, 80-192-84629. Mrs. Christina Duru, 4439-837493. Beatrice Okezie, 3475-177934. Adanleya Onwudiegu, 71-3385-2240. Ndidiamaka Egomono, 9048-594-687. As soon as this information reaches to you, make sure it gets to others. Makana Ikwepike, Onrubewone Abanaso. Come rain, come shine. Biafra is here and now. This information is reaching you from the table of the all-state media worldwide under the leadership of the indigenous people of Biafra, led by MAZI NNAMDI KANU.
All right, welcome and welcome to the program. Again, we are ready to go, and we have to check. I think we have about 1,800 viewers, likes at the moment. We are going to continue. Again, I have one more of this announcement to make. One moment. This is on the 31st of August, 2021. There is a protest. And thank you, Danny Bowl. Danny Bowl says, Simon, you are right. The person is Shinkafi. I don't know whether it is Shinkafi or Tofa, but I believe it is one of them. All right. So now let us continue with this. The global protest for MAZI NNAMDI KANU, solidarity for MAZI NNAMDI KANU, leader of indigenous people of Biafra, on Tuesday, 31st of August 2021, at major cities of the world, everywhere you are all over the world, to stop the Nigeria state-sponsored genocide, extrajudicial killing, and all that. Bashir Tofa, okay, Tofa, it was Tofa, not Shinkafi. All right.
You estimate would be the chance of survival for these? Enough drug. But without enough food and enough drug, the chances are just bad. So I could say that some of them have cancer, and then they come out so sickly. And then they are brought down here, and we have to see all what we can do to help them and treat them.
I see. There's no question of surrendering for these people, despite...
Oh, no. That doesn't come into question at all. Because we know that surrendering means death.
So as far as I understand that there are some persons who were killed. Yes, today in Ukraine.
Oh, we are not thinking about it. And may I ask, will you actually advise us to surrender? Will you actually advise us to surrender?
I'm not
No.
I think I didn't know that this haircut that I have is like, this is a Biafra haircut too. I'm just noticing this for the very first time. What a coincidence. This is my haircut. This my haircut is what this guy is having. What is going on here? I'm just seeing this for the very first time. I'm just seeing this for the very first time. Chineke, let us continue.
No, that doesn't come into question at all. We don't think about it. We know what it means. It just means death for us all. No, we are not going to surrender.
Do you think the world is low in numbers?
No, 6 patients and 2 have died, and the rest came in dead.
So, how many dead all told?
7.
7 dead. This hospital, has it been bombed? Misery. Do you think that these people in Biafra will give up?
No, they say they will never give up. They say they will fight to the last man. That they will be killed anyway. And they give up. They want to die fighting.
Global protest is on the 31st of
At the
August.
moment experiencing jungle justice, which is the justice of might is right. Because we're under an economic blockade, we're under a propaganda blockade, we're under a diplomatic blockade. Nobody sees what we are suffering. Nobody hears what we are suffering.
That is why we are going to put everything in media. We are in economic blockade. We are in media propaganda blockade. Everything was a blockade. So anybody that is coming today to fight anybody that is in media is not actually fighting for Biafra. It was this media dealt with Biafra people. So anybody that is coming today to fight those who are in media, the person is a complete enemy of Biafra. Did you hear that? This man was highlighting where the Nigeria government dealt with the Biafra people, including in the blockade of media propaganda. I want you to hear that again. But remember, this is a jingle for the 31st of August protest across the globe being put in place by the WIC, World Igbo Congress.
Is right. Because we are under an economic blockade.
We are under an economic blockade.
We are under a propaganda blockade.
We are under a propaganda blockade. That goes to the media.
We are under a diplomatic blockade.
We are under a diplomatic blockade.
Nobody sees what we are suffering. Nobody hears what we are suffering.
Nobody sees what we are suffering. Nobody hears what we are suffering. So some people will come today and tell you, do not go to listen to those who have something to offer in the media. We don't know whether they are fighting for Biafra or whether they are fighting for personal things. We don't understand. Some people are suspending those who are fighting for Biafra, making sure that the media is very, very active, making sure that we are sustaining the war in this media, and we do not understand what they are fighting for.
And as a result of that, the wrong story is presented to the world.
And as a result of the blockade of this propaganda, the wrong stories are presented to the world. The wrong stories are presented to the world. Do you want us to continue to allow wrong story from Sahara Reporters, wrong story from BBC Igbo, wrong story from all these junk medias to be reporting, and so that when the FBI want to investigate case in Nigeria, they will go to when they were investigating Abba Kaire's case, they go to Nigerian news media, they go and get the report there that Abba Kaire was going to receive an award from Nigeria because he sent that particular award article to Hush Puppy. They go to the Nigerian news to get the information from there. Is that what you want? Is that what you want? It is time we focus. It is time we allow those who have something to offer in this media war to continue and give their service for the best interest of IPOB and Biafra people. It is time, because the mistake we did, why we lost the war, was because there were propaganda blockade. It is coming from the person who saw the war. Now let us continue.
We are not heard, and therefore we cannot be judged except on the basis of the lies being told about us.
We are not heard. This man was telling you the reason why Biafra had it very bad. We are not heard. And that's why they are believing the lies that were told about us.
When we have been able to overcome this jungle justice and we are heard, then we will then get the civilized justice, because our case will be brought into the open. And once the case is in the open, you cannot play tricks.
You see, Once the case is in the open, you cannot play tricks. And that is why we are winning this war today. That is why IPOB is excelling. Because today, there is armed blockade, there is armed embargo on Nigeria. Nigeria is running up and down. Because of the exposition we are doing, because of the way MAZI and NNAMDI KANU have destroyed Nigeria with truth. Because this thing was not there during the 1960s. So why would anybody want to fight anybody who is doing this, or want to stop, or want to suspend those who are doing it? It doesn't make sense. And this is a very critical time. This is a very critical time in media.
We are now victims of blackmail because we are being suppressed, we are being muzzled.
We are now victims of blackmail because we are being suppressed and we are being muzzled. And yesterday I protested about the suspension of one of our media guru called Prince Darlington. He was suspended, and I protested against that suspension, that it is very ill timing. So we cannot allow somebody who is in media to be suspended at this critical time. It is ill timing, and that protest I protested yesterday, and I stand by it.
You still fight on? We fight on, oh yeah.
The protest is taking place on the 31st of August on Tuesday, 2021 at all cities of the world. Any place you are all over the world, there is going to be protest, and let us channel this protest to Kenya Embassy and other places that the people, they are going to hear us.
Yes, Biafra fights on.
Biafra fights on. It is going to be a strategic warfare, media warfare, and all that. Now, on this note, let us now start to bring you in for your comment. We are going to see whether we have new people. We have now 1,700 likes, which is also enough and commendable, and we'll move forward. On this note, I'm going to bring Ada. Welcome to the program, Ada.
Hello, MAZI. Good evening.
Good evening. Be very snappy because I want
Yes, MAZI, please. I have to ask you this question concerning Anambra election, right?
Okay.
Since Soludo have been say he's up there, has Soludo all the killings and things that was going on in Anambra State or any part of eastern Nigeria? Has he just answer me the question, please? Has he condemned or come out in the open and say what they're doing to my people is wrong? Have they? Have he?
I have not watched him do that. If he did,
okay,
didn't see the video.
All right. Did Soludo, right through he was in Central Bank, working in Central Bank, did you build anything for Anambra State?
I didn't hear that. I didn't see that.
Okay. So if Soludo, because I know that this year broadcast, people all over the world are watching it. Mr. Soludo, I am warning you, just go back to your house and have some rest. You people are criminals, and I'm saying it, you people are criminals. Stop coming out to deceive us, because there is nothing you can offer to us. If you could stay and they're killing our people and you're not saying anything. MAZI NNAMDI KANU is India, he's your brother, you never say nothing. And who the hell do you think you want to come and rule again? To hell with you. Go to your house and eat the money you have made in Central Bank. Don't fool yourself. Then secondly, MAZI, please, I am begging all these people who call themselves pastors and prophetess or prophets, please, if you have any dream or there is something you see, can't you go and pray about it? You are only seeing about IPOB. You're not seeing the pregnant woman, the butchered. You're not seeing when Fulani coming to kill people. You're not seeing anything. You didn't even see when Afghanistan was running over by Taliban. You didn't see that? You didn't see that? Please, if you're looking for member for your church, go somewhere else, not in IPOB. I'm pleading with you people. Stop all this your nonsense coming to social media and YouTube to talk nonsense. Enough is enough. I am telling you people. And IPOB members, please, I'm begging you, if you have anything disturbing you in your mind, go to the high leaders and call them on the phone, speak to them. Stop coming here to demoralize our mind. It's so disheartening. I don't like it. Let all this nonsense stop, please. Simon, please, I am begging you. If there is anything we have to do to stop all this in-house fighting, and they have a lot of people they set aside to destroy us. A lot of us are inside here commenting. They are not Biafrans. You understand? Please, I'm begging you people, to please calm down. Everything will be fine. MAZI, those who are talking about death, the MAZI is not gonna die. He's going to come out alive. In Jesus' name. Amen. MAZI, thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you
very much. Thank you very much. Now, I want you all, before I begin to bring newcomers, because I've seen somebody who is a newcomer here, I want everybody to watch this. Now, this is what is coming to you in Nigeria. Watch this.
warga muslim wana adidin budan gilwari mun yes
Are you watching? Are you all watching Battalion? This is in Nigeria. This is not in Cotonou. And this is the most recent video. Are you seeing that? This is the Taliban brothers. This is the Taliban brothers. Now, let me shock you. I want you to pay attention to the modus of movement. I want you to pay attention to the modus of movement. You see them on bikes, right? You see them on bikes. Now, let me show you Taliban in Afghanistan. Let me show you Taliban in Afghanistan. Now, did you see the Taliban? The picture you see up here is Taliban with bike. The same thing you see now in Nigeria. While the picture down here is the Afghanistan military hardware, military armored vehicles that the America gave them. It is now in the hand of Taliban. The one up there is the picture of them in the bike. You see exactly the same modus of movement, the same way the Boko Haram, the ISWAP, all of them are moving. Bandits and herdsmen, the killers are moving in Nigeria is the same way these people are moving. So I want you to pay attention. Did you see it? You see it? They are moving on the same pattern, same movement, same everything, the same thing, the same agenda, the same mission. So that you know what is coming to you. Because our own is that we are going to make sure this thing goes to your head and you understand where your problem and what is coming to you. Now I'm going to bring you Judo Kafor. Welcome to the program. Judo Kafor, I know you have been here before. Welcome to the program.
Yes, thank you, Simon. I have been here before, and thank you for welcoming me, because I just wanted to try. I know you like to have new people, but we the old ones are very happy to be with you. We are with you all the way.
Thank you.
Thank you for the exposure today. Yeah, there's a lot, especially about this Lai Mohammed using coded words, to justify exactly what they are doing. Our people must know that they are happy in what is happening. That's why he mentioned Afghanistan, because he's telling you now that they have a formula, and their formula, he have worked somewhere else, and now they have to push very hard now. So it's up to our people to understand and know that we have to fight back. You don't have to wait, because these people, 2023 now is just a mirage completely, because they now see that it works somewhere else. And these people, like they said, they are patient, and they have been pushing this. Actually, they are already in government. It's even easier for them in Nigeria than it was in Afghanistan. Because the only thing they need to do is just reshuffle, take out all the ones they don't need out, and leave the ones like Pantami and Malami and all these ones. But all these ministers that are Christians and the untrusted Muslims, they just remove them. That's all they need. They don't need to even fight. So our people, is up to us. We are under siege. Everybody, doesn't matter. Look at what is happening in what they call it in Jos now. Nobody's talking about it, but people are dying every day. They are fighting. Even this man, what his name, Gumi, have told you that we are at war. They don't need to hide it anymore. They are at war. That is civil war and ethnic cleansing that is going on. But I don't know why the journalists in Nigeria cannot even help matters, because they are the ones putting everybody in this jeopardy. They don't want people to rise up in time. In the end now, they are the ones who go and report to the world, oh, please, let everybody just keep calm. Like America said, the only promise is that we are going to treat the women, very kind to the women and chase the distant Al-Qaeda. What is that? This is like, it's easy, like the planners are doing. Just say it, but they don't do it. That's what they do. So what we are doing is, I don't mind anything. Let me tell you, I'm a principal officer in IPOB, and I know that a lot of principal officers support you. Yes, we do. But the only thing is, there are some people who don't know what is happening. They want to use this opportunity to create chaos, because they know who our leader is. If our leader is here, like you said, all these things will not be happening. Because our leader is very intelligent. He knows very well the quality of people, individuals, and he stopped things before they get. But now, due to the vacuum created, people want to, take the advantage. And I want people not to do that, because when our leader comes out, he will look at all these things, and your work is what is going to, be your defense. It's not if you sit down and gossip. He can see it that you haven't done anything, that you only sit down and gossip. But please, Simon, do me a favor. Continue what you are doing, because your work speaks for you. No matter what everybody do. And I support that protest, because now it's not about, punishing some of our media if you have done something wrong. But timing is everything.
Yes.
Timing is not about, you can beat a child, but choose the kind of stick or cane that you use, and the timing. That's a time you will do something that is good, but if it's the wrong time, then it will be a bad thing. So I supported this protest, and I hope those involved will understand that now is not the time to use, to use a big hammer to just kill a fly. We don't need it now, especially in this critical time. Media is the everything now. Media, we need media men, more than we need guns right now. Exactly. Media men to counter whatever is coming. But because you are in the media, you know how these people, they are using Nigerian journalists. They don't care. And whatever they write, look at BBC, but whatever they write, America will support them instead of, but thank God that we have people like you who are there watching what is happening and countering it. We need more. So suspending somebody now who is active, I think is maybe the right thing in the very wrong direction and wrong timing. This is exactly what I stand for too. And please, I want to give others a chance to talk, because I watch you every day, and I get so much information from you that that I cannot get more any other place. If somebody is doing good, please let us support that person. Let us stop because our leader. Let me tell you, I started from 2012. I know what our leader have passed through. You haven't even gone half of it. But what kept him going is that he ignored a lot of things and persisted, and the result came. So just continue what you're doing. Don't look back, please.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. I'm gonna bring you now, OG. OG, welcome to the program. Or let me bring Jing Ming. Jing Ming, welcome to the program before OG. Welcome to the program. Jing Ming, can you unmute yourself? Check your setting and unmute yourself, please. Check your setting and unmute yourself. Check your setting. You are not talking, so you have issue with your mic. So we're gonna take you out because we can't hear you. So OG, welcome to the program.
Yeah, MAZI Samuel Ekpa, good evening, sir.
Good evening from here. Good morning from here. This is 2 a.m. already. Where I am.
Okay, already is here 10 minutes after 12 because I'm in the zoo.
Okay, yes, 2 hours different. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate all that you have been doing for us. Last time I came to the program is when our leader went to go to the courts. I asked a question which you answered me. But what I want to say is that I appreciate all that you are doing for us, and I have never doubted you from the first day I started listening to you, even when I was outside the country till when I come to the zoo. Even some of my friends ask me updates about you. I used to give them updates. I'm not afraid what is happening these days. But there's something I want you to give me a privilege to say this morning. About 3 days ago, there is issue that came up since 3 days ago. I called when DOS was making announcements. I know it's one of those things you don't want to hear, but I call your audience and give me a privilege to set my mind. I tried to call them, they didn't pick my call. Then I listened to them because you made a program before that program would take place. Then I tried to listen to your program when everybody was telling you to be yourself. You said that if somebody wants to bring he or herself out, that you also have to talk to that person, that you are not moved. But we all know that you are not moved. But something I find out there is this. What I wanted to add them, they say we are in one command. But MAZI Chinasa Moro made us to understand that our leader gave instruction. They doubted, they didn't do what he said for the first time, second time, third time, before all this issue that came out came. And the same thing have happened to Prince Dan Lentin yesterday, which you came, you protest, and a lot of people was telling you to protest. The same issue now came up when Prince Darlington said that he is the only one that will say what people will not say, because a woman called you, a principal officer among the DOS, called on phone and said what said, and everybody was saying she don't supposed to, which you try to control her emotion that very day. She said something. That was the same thing that Prince Darlington said yesterday that make them to suspend Prince Darlington. And what pains me most is in that program, when DOS was doing that program, I remember when somebody asked a question, MAZI Chinasa Moro says that you are not an oath member. When somebody called, made him to understand that you said it on your program 2 days ago as if you know what is going to happen. He denied it, but later at the end, he said that, yes, what makes you, that you took oath because you wanted to intervene and do. So those things made me to understand there is something that is happening on the ground, and which they were asking them questions. They said the blah, 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 yati, yati, that you didn't want to sign for oath, which you came online when those ones happened. You said that nobody will give you condition because Onyendu did not give you condition. But one thing I'm trying to say is that why must we be lying to ourselves? Because already you have been taking your program by yourself, you are producing app that we want to use, and you still put it under Onyendu. So all these things that is happening now, what are we dragging within ourselves? And that, as I'm talking to you, I have been in Nigeria for 3 months now. I'm having partial stroke based on some issue that is going on in this homeland. And my people over there, I used to send you personal message. There are some issue that happen. I send you a WhatsApp message. There's something that will happen. I will bring it on WhatsApp. I will ask my people, when Samuel Ekpa comes, we know that you have something that makes Onyendu to put you in the position that he put you. But what they are trying to say, why must Onyendu know that you are not an oath member and say that you should take this? So let them not telling us lie, and they're making things difficult to us. Because as for what you are doing, a lot of people are seeing, because we believe actions speak louder than voice. You understand me? But what I'm begging you today is for you not allow those things to move you. Continue exposing the thing you are exposing these days, because I love one thing about you, the courage you have within you. Whenever you get challenged, you come on air and promise the people that believe in Onyendu and also believe you that you will never disappoint them. And that was what Onyendu asked you, and you promised him that you will never do that. We all believe that you can never do that. Please be strong for us and keep on doing everyday brokers, because it's what gives us life. I can tell you today, my hands are moving because every day I listen to your messages. But what used to bring problem to us is when we see that Biafra is no longer moving ahead. That is where we are getting problem. Remember, a lot of people are counting about you. You can see what Ada told you the other day. Many people have been calling you. You see Wellington passed through, Okonkwo, the land, he called you day before yesterday. I hear what he says. So a lot of people are depending on you. We are now watching, hoping on you, because Onyendu is no longer where he's supposed to be, where he will be giving us message. Look at what they are doing, propaganda they're doing, because you said that Onyendu will be giving you message that now they have turned it to another thing. That is what Okwe play in one of his music. When they see him greeting a policeman, they will say that he committed offense. The policeman wanted to arrest him. So that is the situation where you are. But bear it in mind that all eyes is on you. And many people depends on you. In this critical we are. As you emphasize 14 yesterday, so that we know your qualities, we know what you can do. Please never let Biafrans down. We hope on you. We know you are not God, but let Chukwokika Biama be your strength and be your helper to fulfill the work he have committed unto your hand. Until we hear from Onyendu once again. May Chukwokika bless you. Thank you very much.
Amen. Thank you very much. I appreciate. I appreciate. All right.
You're welcome.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to bring you Emeka Naji. Emeka Naji, welcome to the program.
Hello, Mr. Simon.
Yes, welcome to the program. Good morning. Good evening from here.
Yes, this is also good morning. It's supposed to be Emeka Nganyadi.
Emeka Nganyadi, exactly. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, Simon, lately I was getting depressed by your response to some certain issue, especially about you. Although I have so many things on my mind, but most importantly about you. For 3 years now, I have been following you. I've been trying to find fault. I was one of those that were calling you to broadcast on Radio Biafra. And I don't know.
Trying to find fault.
Yes, yes, yes. I must tell you. And
I like this.
I have questioned you. There was a time that you wanted to broadcast, and Onyendu wanted to broadcast. I started firing you. That why will you want to broadcast the day Onyendu want to broadcast? It happened that you were not aware that he wanted to broadcast.
Yes.
You took down your broadcast. There was a day Ushemoefo wanted to broadcast, and you were broadcasting. You took it down. I was firing you. You took it down. So in all my findings, at the end of the day, I have not found fault. That is not to say that I have relented.
Yes.
Because come to think of it. No, it's not being funny.
Yes.
Come to think of it.
That is true, but continue.
Simon Ekpa is a man that is very, very tenacious. He's educated. He is rich. He has a lot of intelligence given to him by God. Imagine this man doesn't sleep. He's a foreign politician. He still has passion for his people. The blessing is too much for people like me to leave you alone. I must always find fault. So when this kind of a thing happens, I don't expect people to be saying, Simon, be strong. No, he's already strong. He is strong. Nobody should be encouraging him to be strong or not. So I will tell you people to please leave him alone because my eyes is on. So you even went as far as placing curse on somebody that said you are not an oath member. Who cares? You have ended up laying curse on the person you should deliver. So please forgive that man and lose him.
All right.
Because me, I will soon come up with my own. Even if I don't find fault, I must formulate something for October. Because your new name is Azuanoka. And we must force that Azu to Noka. The pressure is there.
Yeah.
And I must confess, God has blessed you too much for you to be free from people like us. We must put pressure. So
all right. I like what you did. I like this. Honestly, I must say that I have never come across, I have seen a lot, but I've never come across this guy. This one off me. Thank you very much. You're going to be my best friend at the end of the day.
Let it be. I must see, I'm not resting. Coming to the issues, many things on my mind. First of all, the message of Afghanistan. It is about the will of the people. This, the US, the UK, the UN, and the bodies at large should take it serious. It's about the will of the people.
Yes.
What does the people want? The people, the Afghanistan want a Sharia state, just like it is in the north with the Fulani and the Muslims in the north. They are comfortable with the Sharia state. We, the Biafrans, we need freedom. We don't need anything to do with these Muslim people. We are born free. We are free people. The message in Afghanistan is not about Taliban running over. No. How can 75,000 people with Okada run over people with aeroplane, fighter jet, armored car, tankers, and the president willingly abdicated the seat for them?
Yes.
The people are hungry for Sharia state. And in jihad, it is an abomination for you non-Muslim to lead the Muslim. So whatever America is doing there is nonsense. Trump went the other day to say they were even paying Afghan soldiers as much as American soldiers to defend their own people. That is to say their only motivation is not their freedom. Their motivation is the payment. They are bribing Afghan soldiers to fight. So the will of the people matters. The people are comfortable with Sharia law, whatever America is doing there, whether Trump, whether Biden, they must fail because the people does not have any willingness to follow Western education or Western style. That is one. So this is a pure message to UK, UN, US, as the case may be. The will of the people must prevail. In Nigeria, the case of Nigeria, they must, as a matter of fact, consult this referendum so that we'll be free. This is the will of the people. That is the only lesson that is being drawn from Afghanistan. And then lastly, I have so many things in my mind, but let me list something. MAZI NNAMDI KANU used to do something. From time to time, he tells us about the true people to listen to. Whether Prince Darlington or traditional, okay, all those people, I don't listen to them. The only person I listen to is MAZI NNAMDI KANU, and the other person is you. People like me don't listen, don't even know who is Darlington. We don't know anybody because we are not interested in all these people. By the time you open their channel, they are talking rubbish. Like that lady say, what somebody will say he dream. How can you be forcing your dream on me? So what you will do for us, please, list out the name of the true IPOB media people that are talking about, because I will never listen to anybody. But if you give us people to follow, we will sometime listen. I think I have so many people like me like this. So let me not take most of your time. Have a blessed day.
In fact, I have to give you a very ovation. You know why?
Go ahead, please.
Let me tell you. Yeah. You have just done something that, we learn every day. And somebody like me, I learn every blessed day. I learn from a child, I learn from old people. And I want to pass secret to people now. Lesson you taught me so that other people will learn from it. The lesson: everybody attacking me don't hate me.
Right.
It's a very big lesson. You have just told me that everybody, not everybody that is attacking me now actually hate me. Because I remember vividly somebody attacked me and I didn't know that you are the one. I remember the comment. Every single thing you mentioned now, the day Onyendu was coming online, I remember, in fact, that thing is in my head till today. And I can't imagine you, I can't imagine that you are the one who made that comment. No, I'm very serious because I know they forget. I don't forget things. The same comment that when the second person you mentioned his name,
yeah,
I still remember that comment today. And I can't believe that the person who made that comment will now come here and be saying it. Honestly, I remember both scenario, both comment. And let me tell you, you don't know what you have done now. It is going to go a long way. It is not something that I'm going to express here, but you have just done something. It is not ordinary. What you did now is not ordinary. What you did now is giving me strength. It is also going to boost the battery that I have. So you've just recharged me. Honestly, you just recharged me, because I have come to understand that everybody that is attacking me now, they are not being evil. They just want to bring out the best in me. Because the more you attack me, you may not even know why you are attacking me. But the more you attack me, the more I want to prove something to the people who attack me. The more I want to prove that I am ready for this. The more I want to show that I still did not bring my best yet. And it is happening. That's why somebody will look and they will say, they will know that I'm stronger, but I'm coming even tougher with more exposition and more deep analysis and all that. So I really appreciate you for what you did. And I don't know, I may not explain it the way it is now, but if I want to mention references, if I want to make references to what you did today, the day is coming. On that day, I will be able to give a very good and perfect narrative to how this has, boosted my energy and will continue to boost my energy. So I really appreciate you for that challenge you gave me and the trial you gave me, and you even said here that you're not going to stop. So I really appreciate that. I appreciate that, and I thank you for having, the boldness to even come here and show yourself and all that. Not everybody can do that, I really appreciate it. It shows that you love me. It shows that you like me. And it shows that even though no matter how you want to fight me, you still like me and you still love me and you still like what I'm doing. That is what it portrays. So I really thank you. And this is what we call the critical, criticism. You understand? You may want to know whether I am real. You may not, it is a way to try, and you have tried and you have tried, like you said, and you have tried, and I continue to prove you wrong. So I thank you, my brother, because a lot of people are going to learn from what you just said now, and it is going to liberate a lot of people. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you. All right. We're going to bring you in, Femi. Femi, you are here. Welcome to the program. Femi, welcome to the program. Femi, welcome to the program. Femi, can you touch the setting? Femi, your setting is not working. So I'm going to bring you Ifani. Ifani, welcome to the program.
Okay, thank you, my brother Simon.
Thank you.
I want to speak concerning Ibrahim Babangida. Babangida is from Gwari tribe. He is from Mina in Niger State.
Yes.
And the Fulanis are decimating his people. His people are passing through a severe genocide. So I think although his hands are tied because the Fulanis are in power, I think he's looking for a way to give us some tips about the flawed foundation of Nigeria. I can tell you that Babangida is not happy with what the Fulanis are doing, because in Niger State now, Gwade people, they are finished. They want nothing. And he himself, he know he benefited from the fraud that is Fulani oligarchy. And he is looking for a way to somehow expose something indirectly, and he is being careful. So it's left for the whites to know what is happening. And another thing I want to say is concerning our alliance in the South. I would like our Oduduwa brothers to join us in, because freedom is not easy, and we really need this freedom. Haven't seen the plan of the Fulanis. So they should join us in this forthcoming worldwide rally. And we also join them, because I know Professor Akintoye is also organizing a rally at the United Nations headquarters. We also join them so that whatever we are doing, we can be coming together, because the Southern governors are watching us as we agitate. The way we come together is the way they will also come together. And now, I'm not happy with what the Fulanis are doing. Now they say 368 grazing reserves in 25 states, and they are focusing on the South. We must all come together to resist this grazing reserve of a thing, because the Fulanis are in a hurry. They have given up the North to the Islamic Sharia law. They have given up the North. Now they want to come into the South. That is why they are pushing the Almajiris. They are pushing them. They want to have more numbers. And most of those people coming into the South, they have all gone through police. Most of them coming from Mali, from Mauritania, from Guinea, from Gambia. They have all gone through police academy. They are fighters. Most of those young people, you see them 15 years, 16, 17 and more. They are fighters. They are ready. So that's all I have to say. We in the South, let us come together and know what this guy is trying to give us an information, even though he is scared, Babangida, because his people are facing a severe genocide. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your contribution. And yes, all those people are all the same. They want to be, you know, they want to behave as if they like what is happening. Of course, they like it. So thank you for your contribution. Now, I want to respond to Judge Donald. Simon, I watch you every day. By the day I will come to your show, it is the day you, Judge Donald, will fall. Okay, please, Judge Donald, why will you be interested in the day somebody will fall? Why would you want somebody to fall? Is the person blocking anything in your life? You see, you are not going to get anything if somebody fall. Okay, what are you going to gain if your brother fall? If you are an Igbo, so if you are gathering momentum to come to the program so that after that you, Judge, is going to fall, then I will tell you to go back, because so please just put your knife in the where you should be safe. Okay, now, George, where I want you to channel your energy before coming to my program is what you see on this screen. This is a governor in Nigeria, and this is a serving governor in Nigeria. The governor is not telling you it is better to buy arms than to pay ransoms, say Katsina government. Now, the government is telling you that they have actually equipped all the Fulani and the Taliban people in Nigeria. So Judge Donald, or Judge, if you have your relative in Nigeria, you better start buying arms and ammunition and focus your energy to making sure that you fall as many as possible who will come to rape your sisters, your siblings, kill your mothers, your villagers, and all that. So please, channel your energy to this thing that this serious man is warning you, telling you what to do, to start to buy arms. So save your money to buy arms and don't save your energy for Simon Ekpa. Your Simon Ekpa is never the problem in Nigeria. So save your energy for that. Another thing I want to tell you also is the same picture. I'm going to show you another picture. You see this picture you are looking at? This is the map of Nigeria. Where you have the green is the northern Nigeria. Where you have the white is the southern Nigeria. And now you just hear the last caller talking about open grazing, that they need land to do open grazing in the south. This is where your concern should be, because the green part of this map of Nigeria is covered and controlled by terrorists and the Fulani herdsmen. Now they are looking to control the small portion of this southern Nigeria. I want you to understand how easy it is going to be for them to overrun the southern Nigeria like the Taliban overrun Afghanistan. So when you look at this map now, you know that you are not safe, because I know you are not from your name. You may not come from the green side of this map. From your name suggests that you may also come from the white side of this map, which is from the southern Nigeria. So my brother, your enemy is from the green, not Simon Ekpa. My brother, your enemy that is coming to kill you with machine gun and AK-47, everything you want to fight, channel your energy and your sword to this green in your map now, not anybody from this part of this white color of this map. Okay, I'm just giving you a practical a practical example of show you the practicality of what you should be concerned about, and don't bother about me, coming to my program to make your program fall. If you fall, what are you going to gain? You're not going to get anything. You understand? All right, let us continue. We're going to bring you Femi again to see whether your this thing is working. All right, are you there? Mr. Femi, you are still not talking. Please click the link, please. Sorry, click the setting and unmute yourself. Your phone, check your phone, you click the setting and you can unmute yourself. Femi, are you there?
Hello?
Yes, welcome to the program.
Good evening, Mr. Simon.
Good evening from here.
Yes, my own talk, I think I want to talk from another angle.
Go ahead.
Like I said earlier, I'm not a pastor. I'm just a church person. And I always believe that most of the things that our pastors are doing, I can do it and I'm even better because I believe I have the gift. And I'm going to talk as a spiritual person as well. Now, what I want to say is, I'm a Yoruba person, like I like, I want us, the DOS, the IPOB family, the leaders of the IPOB, we that is fighting for this struggle.
Go ahead. Go ahead. We can't hear you again, Femi. Femi, we can't hear you again. I think you're having a problem with your this thing. Can you check? Can you do it again? Check the setting and unmute yourself. Femi, we don't lost you. I think you have a network problem. So can you check your system and come back again, please? Prince Favor, welcome to the program.
Hello, good morning, Simon Ekpa.
Good morning from here.
Yeah, thank you very much. I just want to contribute to what the previous caller talked about your program the day you were on, and MAZI KANU was on. Immediately you brought your brokers down. For people with reasons, they ought to know something about you. I did not start following you the time you start doing live broadcasts, the time you start posting videos on Facebook exposing the things that was happening in Nigeria. One thing I was so kind of, how does this man get all this information? That was my first thinking. Then, trying to follow up, I find out that it was deeper than what the eyes can see. Fighting for this struggle doesn't mean everybody have to come out to broadcast, which sometimes you talk about. What people need to do is this. Don't always say maybe what somebody talk about Simon Ekpa, you bring it to Simon Ekpa for Simon Ekpa to react to it. What Simon Ekpa is doing, put it in your own perspective and say, if I'm opportune or if I have to ask, where will I pick from? Many people talk, but when it's time, many are not set. Many will always push and say, hey, when is next, when is next? But first thing I'm supposed to tell you is thank you for taking it very calm. No matter how they push you, I will tell you, brother, don't allow anybody to push you. You are taking everything as in, I don't know the words to, the best adjective to qualify it. MAZI KANU did not make any mistake. and he can never make mistake. And I believe you too, you will not make any mistake. The words of the people are the words of, is the voice of God. God will not come to tell everybody this is how he will speak through men. If 1, 2, 3, and we are still telling you, you are doing the right thing, 100%, bro. Believe me. I'm not seeing any other person, believe me. Solidly, we are behind. If you are a disciple of MAZI KANU, we are the disciples. And I can also say, as I'm talking to you now, I'm still your disciple. If face-to-face, anytime you lead, I will follow. That is what it means to be a disciple. Many people calling, talking about this movement, they don't know what it means to be a disciple. Disciples are the people that listen to command, they follow when the master lead. The master led, and he make a broadcast. He said, when somebody called him, said you cannot be abroad fighting for this thing, he told them, I'm coming. If now he's there, nobody follows to know this is the time he said he's coming. I don't know if we are not picking signs and wonders. They say signs will follow those that know when it comes. He said, I'm coming. For the fact that he's not able to speak to us now, does it mean we cannot feel his heart, feel his pain? Does it mean if maybe the real say, let's see if we capture him, all of them will relent? We are really relenting. This is not time for people to start talking about this thing, talking about DOS or in another DOS program, talking about Simon Ekpa or whatever. We are all in the same struggle. Unless many people, so no, let me come to another thing. Many people don't even know what it means to be an intellectual. They think, no, they don't really know. If you go to school, you think you are educated, you can defend yourself anywhere, anytime. At a time, you have people way back, they are languishing, and you cannot fight for them. Your light is shining, you cannot give them that light to see with your intellectual. That's what it means. You just believe the glory is for you alone. I did not see you to be like that, and I did not see MAZI KANU to be like that. Light will shine. You and other people will see with it. But bro, we cannot leave our family behind. I don't know. I still have family behind. For people to come and say they've conquered them. People have to know that. That is the movement. That these people are moving. It will only take time for them to accomplish their mission. And the more time we waste to start complaining about each other, the more they strategize. Just as you said in the last broadcast, people are parading their certificate around. Why people are implementing things?
Exactly.
Can you imagine? Each day, I keep thinking, this school they keep telling us about, even these Western people, what are they thinking? We think like them. We even go to the school they gave to us, even to the extent we study French in our own country, in order to even to be able to mingle with them. But imagine they are supporting the opposition. If I should say, many people don't know now there is opposition already in Nigeria, not by election by PDP or APC. There's already opposition. If you are from South, you are an opposition. The sooner they realize it, the better. No matter the party you belong, as far as you are from the South, you are an opposition. Because when the time comes, they will not know who is Biafra, who is from Edo State, who is from this one, who is from this other, as far as you are from South. Just as Shikao tell them they cannot conquer that land, before that broadcast come, I've already found out that setting. Shikao told them they cannot conquer South. They should go with what they have. They believe they can go far, but by the grace of Chukwu Okike Abiama, when we know He dwells with us every day, the daily life, He always shows us His light. We overcome. That is what I believe. But we are always waiting for the critical time to take action. When everything is rough, the time has far passed for us to take action. That is why MAZI now can take the action, because you see, we cannot take the action. I'm talking to all of us, not maybe talking to you or talking to viewers. I'm talking to myself still. We didn't take action. That is why he took the action we cannot follow. Just imagine these people, they are playing us. He can, as in, pass to the other person, pass to the other person. And we are following their kick. Please, I don't know. Somebody have to pass this message. No matter anybody broadcasting about Biafra or something, if there should be a channel for somebody to censor what the person is broadcasting, what the next person will broadcast or whatever, or somebody get a news, ask details about the news before broadcasting about the news. Because just as the previous caller said, there are some people who will not listen to their broadcast. We are many like that.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your input. You have contributed very wisely. I've given you a lot of time and a lot of.
I understand. Thank you very much. Keep on with the good work.
Thank you.
God bless.
I'm going to God bless you. I'm going to have just 2 more persons or so, and I will call it up. I'm going to have Okeke Chooks. Okeke Chooks, welcome to the program. And then High Center will have you as well, and Uche. And welcome to the program. Go ahead, please. 1 minute or 1.5 minutes, please. Hello? Chooks, okay, are you there? Chooks Okeke is not talking. So, and he has been writing that he wants to talk. Now, Uche, welcome to the program.
Oh, thank you, Simon.
Yes.
Can you
make it very snappy, please?
Sure. I'll try my best. I'm not good at talking. So, really, thank you for having me. This is my second time of being in your program. There's a lot of things to comment, but I'm just going to leave it aside. I know I'm calling from California, USA, and I saw your exhibition about US, about them allowing, giving Taliban condition to accept them. So that I'm not going to go into it, but it's like, I just feel like that's what they're good at. I mean, like, I don't even hope for them on Biafra. So we should keep working on our own. Hopefully we'll get Biafra. But I just want to make a quick comment about the suspension. So I'm hoping that the DOS is listening. My own point is that they should please stop this suspension right now, because it's going to cause a lot of problems. So I'm glad that you protested, because I just listened to it this morning on YouTube. I was really shocked. So they should also be careful, like the way they carry things, because Igbos are really stubborn. So, and you cannot tell them whom to listen to. So, and your program, before I started listening to your program, I was only listening to MAZI, because that's the only person that I believe. And then when they kidnapped him, my heart just sunk into my stomach. And then when I came across your program, nobody told me to start listening to you. So, and when I look at the number of people listening to you right now, is the number of people that I'm seeing that were listening to our MAZI when he was broadcasting. So they should, be careful in what they're doing. I'm not disrespecting them, but stop all this, suspending people and people twisting your word. I mean, of course, they love you. That's why they're twisting your word, and they know what you can bring. So for you, your program is really hard not to listen to you, especially now that MAZI is not here. So I'm hoping that we should all play with caution and, try to minimize all this hoopla that is going around. And then another thing is that I'm hoping that DOS will not come like a week before Anambra election and then start saying that, oh, we should vote now. So if we are saying no election in Anambra State, we should all stand on it right now. I don't want last minute whatever decision, and that's going to throw everybody off, and then they will see what is actually called disrespect, because Igbos is going to go on them like really hard. So thank you so much, Simon. Thank you. I really appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you very much. I appreciate. And the order of no election was given by our leader a long time ago. So I'm just reminding everybody now. We start now to campaign, and hopefully we know that the election will not take place, because that is the beginning. But that will be the beginning of the whole Biafra thing. They're going to know how serious we are from there. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, Hyacinth, you have 1 minute, like you said. Welcome to the program.
Good evening, Mr. Good morning, Mr. Ekpa.
Yes.
I'll be with this one. First, like I said the last time, that the downfall of Afghanistan was created by the US. That the US military contractors were busy fixing up the military hardness for the Taliban. They knew too well that Taliban would take over. That was why they had that the analysis Afghanistan is going to fall in 2 months. Then Afghanistan fell in 3 days. They had already prepared it. So they're coming now to say, okay, if you want to be recognized by us, have human rights. I watched the Minister of Information in Afghanistan. They asked him that simple question, said that the women already have the right, just that they wear their hijab or that stuff they used to, that bedsheets they used to cover their head, and it will be accepted that they have international women already working in Afghanistan as they speak, despite the Taliban take over. So they already know. Don't be surprised. In no time, Afghanistan will be admitted into the United Nations. So what I'm saying in essence is that if Biafrans or the southern Nigerians are crying out to the international community for help, they are basically wasting their time. The international community, they already know the game they are playing. And they will hand Nigeria over to the Islamic people who plan and sinker. And there's nothing anyone can do about it. So they are just buying time to let these people gather momentum. So we in the South, we shouldn't give room to that rubbish. We shouldn't listen to our political leaders. We shouldn't listen to our traditional leaders, more especially the church. We shouldn't listen to the religious leaders. Those are the biggest devils that we have in the southern Nigeria. We shouldn't listen to any one of them. Let us face reality, because what is coming is going to be a bloody one. And for the last caller that gave the interpretation about intellectuals, it's right. Intellectual is someone that has the light, but you decide to keep it to yourself because you feel that you have the light. You don't want to let the light shine to your people to lead them. So you calling your fellow comrade or maybe your fellow brother an intellectual, it is totally out of it. There's no need to do that because he came out to show you the way, to lead you, but out of your greed, your jealousy, or your hatred, and you feel that why should he be the one that will do it because he got some education, or maybe because he's something that you don't know and you don't even want to learn it. So why will you come out and call him an intellectual or antagonize him when they bring out positive or creative ideas? You just want to rubbish them because you feel that you have been in a place before them. They should always remember one thing: it's not how far, but how well. It doesn't matter how long you've been there. If someone knows something better than you comes, give them a chance. It's just an organization. All we need to do is just to work together to make sure that we build it. And on the fight, I will build it with one goal. On a final note, why do we waste time causing the darkness? We just have to light the candle, and the darkness will go. IPO is that candle that shines in the darkness. Phil Collins sang a song about, I think, candle in the wind or so. The candle of IPOB can never be blown out in the wind. That candle is just a single dot that shines from the center of the earth. So there's no matter the level, amount of in-house enemies that have infiltrated IPOB now, they shall all be flushed out. So we need to say and remember that as IPOB, we are like the light bearers, the flag bearers, and we need to stay that way. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I said I'm going to have the last person Ajuruchuku Ejike Yochisom, you have to be very snappy. You have max 2 minutes because this is almost 4 hours. We have been sitting here for 3 hours, 40 minutes. 3 good hours, 40 minutes. And thank you, Sage, for your super chat. You know, I'm not mentioning super chat again. Some people say you people are praising me too much. so that people will not get angry for super chat. So for those of you who give super chat, I thank you very much. I thank you very much because yesterday you noticed that I did not mention super chat at all so that people will not get angry for super chat. And those of you who are praising me, please, you can minimize the praising so that people will not get angry of the praising. You are praising Simon, you know, and the praising will not get to my head because they say the praising will get to my head. So please, one thing, no praise, no amount of praising will change me, will get to my head. I am not charged. I am not charged, like with the way iron goes through the heat, 2,000 degrees to the diamond goes through the 2,000 degree of heat to become a precious stone. That was how my life, that was how God molded me. So no amount of praise will change me, but I will also take note of those who praise, who appreciate what I do. All right. So Chisom, welcome to the program.
Yeah. Samuel Ekpa.
Yes.
Good morning over here.
Good morning from here.
Yeah. Please, do you know the meaning of autonomy? Autonomy. Autonomy.
So you still remember? Autonomy.
This, I thank God that God are bringing out the differentiating the weed and the chaff. Yeah. Very soon we see the weed and the chaff. The Fulani don't believe in a Yoruba Muslim. You know, in 1991, when they have that Gulf War, do you know that the Fulanis in KANU, they killed Yorubas too? It has the name that Fulani used to call the Yoruba Muslim, Bierebe. They call them Bierebe, Kuonamaka Banza. Bierebe, Kuonamaka Banza. It has the day, Fanikayo, they were trying to say a thing like that, but he did not clarify it well. Bierebe, Kuonamaka Banza, what they mean is that these people are bats, that they didn't live in up, they didn't live in down. Because a Yoruba man can marry a Christian, the same time marry a Muslim. The same time he will be on Friday. He don't believe in any religion. That is how the Fulani men clarify the Yoruba people. By then in KANU, they fall most of the Yoruba people there. So they don't believe in them, and they don't allow them to perform Jumu'ah prayer. Even any of the prayer, they don't allow them. So they are different. They don't believe in them. That's why they did not give it to Abiola. So whoever that is telling you that Abiola is a Muslim, these people don't agree. If Abiola is ruling today, Nigerian flag will be like this in Saudi Arabia. It will not be waving because Arna is ruling them. Bierebe is ruling them. Even during Jonathan, it happens like that. And they said the Christians will not rule over them. The Christians will not rule over them. That is what they believe on. And that is what they are doing, what they are going on. I want to still let them know, Soludo did not even do 1 kilometer road. But during the time of Sanusi financed this Boko Haram. Sanusi stand up to have Islamic Bank in Nigeria. A lot of Muslim people all over the world today with federal government money, they plan with him and Dasuki before they bring Dasuki in. So these our own people will just go there. They will go there and sit. They will not do anything at the end of the day. So we have passed vote of no confidence on them. No election, no election. So we want to experience whoever they will put there, how it will be. Whether all of us will come there and sleep in that government house for them to kill all of us. We believe, let them bring whoever they want to bring. If it's a pig, we be there. Let pig be there. Because they are of no use. They are of no use. They are there. They are like Aruse. They are like monument. They cannot talk. They cannot talk. They cannot do anything. So it's better they are not there. That is my submission. God bless you. We see tomorrow.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Tomorrow, still remember, you know the meaning of autonomy. Autonomy.
How come you remember autonomy today? how did you remember autonomy today? What? Oh my God. Biafra, you guys are something. Autonomy. All right. So those of you who did not speak today, please, tomorrow we continue and we'll continue from where we stop. Continue from where we stop. Hil Eze, thank you very much for your super chat. Keep it up, brother. Thank you very much for your super chat. I appreciate for supporting the page. So on this note, we're going to say the good night to every one of you. Thank you very much for watching, and make sure you cut this video, share it, and let it go viral. The exposition must go viral for people to watch. I know this is quite long time, like almost 4 hours of this program, and all of you have been here, and we still have steady viewers of about 5,000 people. Thank you very much for watching. 2,200 is still on YouTube, and then other people are watching from Enter Biafra Channel 1. Thank you very much for being part of this program. May God bless you. May God bless Biafra. May God bless Oduduwa. May God bless Middle Belt. May God bless Amazonian. May God bless MAZI, NNAMDI, KANU. May God bless IPB Worldwide. May God bless ESN. May God bless the leadership of Biafra. May God bless Sunday Igbo and all Yoruba agitators. May God bless you watching me this evening and always give you strength. Make sure to share this video, and also as we wait for our Enter Biafra live broadcasting app. God bless you. Have a wonderful weekend. And the message here goes to your pastors in Nigeria. Good night.